You're a whole generation. You're a whole generation. You're a whole generation. You're a whole generation.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hi, GQ.
Michael Jackson weekend as far as I'm concerned. It is Michael Jackson weekend because the movie is out. Rest in peace to Michael Jackson. He should be here. I don't even know how old he would be, but he should be here by right now. That was, Lord help your people. I can't do it. I can't do it. I remember Michael Jackson died and TMZ reported it. And I was in the car with me and Mr. Messi were going somewhere. And I was just like, oh my God. And he was like, what in the hell? I said, somebody is lying and saying that Michael Jackson is dead. He was like, he ain't dead. I was like, who? I said, no, actually, I didn't hear from TMZ. I forget. I feel like I heard it from like a regular news source. And I was like, no, if TMZ don't say it, then it ain't true. Went to TMZ. What did it say? TMZ said, I was like, oh my God. He was like, are you sure you can believe TMZ? I'm like, we can believe TMZ. Oh my God. Then everyone else started. That's really, I believe, like when TMZ really was like a real news source after that. But then all the other news outlets were going to TMZ because, you know, they used to follow people crazy back in the day. All those different publications, National Enquirer and just all these crazy ass people used to follow celebrities like crazy, running them down, be in their trash, be in their backyard, long scope cameras just to report some shit that we really, what was we gonna do with that? What was we gonna do with that? We've been gossiping since forever. They used to hound those people. That's one of the reasons that Diana, allegedly, Princess Diana ain't here no more because they was chasing her because she was seeing Dodi Fayed, I believe his name was. And then they crashed in the tunnel, allegedly, by accident. And she was taken on up out of here. But they did the same thing over there. But I feel like they don't do it as much as they used to. Like it's only TMZ and they kind of just meet you in the airport. They must have put a law into place, which is crazy because, you know, California don't put no laws in that make any damn sense, right? But yeah, and then the local radio stations every June and every August, because birthday is in August, play Michael Jackson all day long. So I'm actually on me personally, been listening to the Michael Jackson station here on the tube all morning. They've been playing everything. They just got finished playing about 15 minutes ago, Thriller. And I was like, Generation X. Remember when Thriller came out and it was a big to-do with the making of it and how did the making of Thriller and the behind the scenes and all the makeup and how long it took and all the mummies and the you know, those, whatever you call them, Night of the Living Dead people, Ola Ray. Child, why would we know who the hell Ola Ray is? Would she be considered a video vixen at this point? Would she be considered an OF person? No, not Ola Ray. It was a big to-do. It was a big to-do. And then they showed Beat It, which is not one of my favorite songs. I know it's a hit and everything, but what made it better were the videos. Because then I watched the video and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm into this. I watch it because at the end when they dance and then Thriller when they dance, because I love to dance. So watching Michael Jackson dance is awesome sauce, which is why I love Chris Brown, because I feel like he is Michael Jackson 2.0, honestly, regardless of everything else. And I've been to a Chris Brown concert and I'm good on that. How come I saw these biatches complaining about the price of the tickets for Usher and Chris Brown? Child, what did y'all think? Did you think they was going to be $20 for Usher and Chris Brown? I don't know what's wrong with these people. I don't know how I transitioned that quick. But anyway, good morning. What is it? TGIF, y'all. It is Friday already. Lord help your people. Shout out to Friday. What is this? April the 24th. One more week and another month down. But Yeah, June 25th. Lord help your people. I'll never forget. This is one of those, where were you when? Where were you when certain things happened? Just like with 9/11. Where were you when? Oh, I'll never forget that. Anyway. So yeah, so we got to talk, y'all, because there's a lot of shit going on as usual, right? So I added crime is down because there's a lot of crime going on. Even though crime is down, there seems to be a lot of crime going on. Let me rephrase it that way, right? And it looks like Ryan McKnight is suing, which I love. I still haven't gotten a video from let me rephrase. I haven't seen a video yet from Poetic Flacco about 5150. So I'm waiting on that. I also have seen that Corey Holcomb is striking our friend Mike Closet TV's channel. I'm gonna have to pull that up because I think that's so ridiculous that he's such a bitch ass who's unbothered and yet he's so bothered. What is it? Mike Closet TV? Is that what it's called? TV. Yeah. Because if he's so unbothered and he, you know, like you're looking at like you're running around looking at a Mike's Closet TV. No shade, Mike. No shade whatsoever. Look at this. Hold on. So this is our friend Mike's Closet TV. He's got 2087 on the tube, right? So he put this up on his post community tab or whatever. Corey Holcomb gave my account a copyright strike. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Corey Holcomb. So allegedly, it seems like Corey made a video or a song called You a Monkey on his show the other day. And it was about Anton, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know because I don't watch that shit. And he made a video about it. And you know, if you don't say positive things about Corey, he don't like that because he's a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, I said that. I meant that. So, you know, he ain't do nothing to Flacco yet. So I'm not sure why he's going after the other people, just like he went after Theo for no reason. Theo ain't even like on this like the rest of us have been. I honestly don't care about this nigga, but anybody making fun of him, I like that. All right. So good luck to Mike's Closet TV. Hopefully he just reaches out to Flacco because you know he knows how to take care of it. But shout out to Tadisha. Thank you so much, Boo. She said, Auntie, you're looking beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's Friday. I'm transitioning my wardrobe as an aside. So I'm getting rid of all the shit that I do not wear. And it is a big ass pile, but I don't want to give it to the Salvation Army because they profit. So now I got to figure out, I mean, I guess I could take it to a homeless shelter. That could be where I could go. I have to figure out a place to take it where they're not going to make money off of it. That's what I want to do. But it's so much shit that one, I haven't worn it forever. Two, it just looks like shit. And three, I'm looking at it. Why the hell did you buy this shit? What in the world is going on? So yeah, so I got to transition the new shit because I'm completely redoing my wardrobe because my size has changed and because I just don't want to wear that shit. So I was looking around like, where the hell are all my clothes that I've just bought, which I have more on the way. And it was like, oh, I never unpacked the suitcase from St. Martin. So it was all in the suitcase, the carry-on for St. Martin. So I found it. And I was like, oh, I'll wear this today. So thank you. That's why I have this on. I couldn't find it. I was like, where the hell are all my clothes? Where the hell are all my clothes? So my mouth pause is better enough that I can go back to the gym. So I go back tomorrow. I might go tonight. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll go tonight. I got some shit I got to do after the stream, and then I'll go. And then I'll go tomorrow. Oh, no, I can't go tonight because I'm going out with some of my friends tonight. So, no, I can't go tonight, but I'll go tomorrow. And then I'm going to see my dad tomorrow. So if I do a stream, it'll either be live or it will be in the evening because I got to go see my dad tomorrow. And then regular time on Sunday, 10 a.m. EST. All right. So that's the schedule. Cool. All right. So let me show you some nice positive. I guess this is positive. It's really not positive. Some positive stuff. Good luck to Mike's Closet TV though, because this is some bullshit. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. Shout out to y'all that are here. Listen, I'm so upset about last night's stream, CIP. I was in it to win it. I was gonna stay up and everything. I was prepared. I was prepared to stay up with you. And I'm like, can y'all hear anything? I'm like, I feel like I can't hear anything. And the stream went down. You said it was the internet. I'm so upset. I was in it to win it. So hopefully next time you do an insomnia, I can hang. I meant stay awake, because usually ain't no staying awake for me. Usually ain't no staying awake. We was in there. It was gonna be a good time. I'm so sorry that happened. So next time. I'm going on Sunday. Absolutely. And I don't go to the movies, y'all. I do not go to the movies. I do not go to movie theaters. I'm going for MJ. I'm going. I'm so excited. They say it sucks, right? They say that it Rotten Tomatoes has it rotten in, or so, whatever they do. But I don't go by shit like that. Remember Siskel and Ebert? Child, let me stay on tap. Let me stay on point. All right, moving on, because I ain't got all that. Let me see. Let's go here, because I found this new fitness person that I'm watching. His name is Brad Jensen, and he makes these shorts or whatever you call them over here on Facebook, right? So, ain't no title. Oh, he says this is not okay. The small part says mood. Let's eat a little snack for breakfast. Mood. This is breakfast, okay?
Mood, you guys. Today for breakfast, we're gonna be eating cereal. I'm so excited. Mood. You guys. I love this cereal. I love this. Oh my god. Oh my god. He went for no.
And breathe.
Take a bite. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I was appalled when he had the one pack of Oreos, which by itself is 3,000 calories. 3,000. He had two of those sons of bitches. But when he went for the second, that sent me. That's probably 6,600 calories, if we include them up, in one bowl of cereal. And for what? To go viral? This dude's whole page is of him ordering enough food to feed a small village in Africa at Denny's. And that is it. It's actually, on a very serious note, this is really sad. This dude is slowly or maybe quickly killing himself to get views online. That video was shared 107,000 times. And it's not because people were like, look at this inspiring video. They're going, what in the hell is wrong with this person? This is sad. Dude, if you see this video, on all seriousness, hit me up. I will coach you for free, because this shit is not okay. This is not fun. This is not funny. And honestly, this is ridiculous. This is not it. This is not the move.
It's guys, today for breakfast, we're going to be eating cereal.
Oh, I can't even mute it for some reason. It's ridiculous, sir. That's actually what it is. And remember when Lizzo used to do this? Yeah, you know, she'll act like she didn't do it. I remember she used to get like big ass sandwiches and stitchy steaks or whatever, and it would be dripping, and she would just be like, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so disgusting. Why would you do this? And she just kept getting more and more food. That was like, girl, you can sing. Why are you doing this? And she was doing it on TikTok, looking crazy. This person just
so excited. Mood. You guys. I love this cereal.
I love me some Oreos. Okay. This is so crazy. How do you even eat an Oreo with a spoon? Child, just dip the shit. Why are we playing games? Just dip it in the milk. This is how I eat Oreos. I break it open, I lick out the white part, and then I eat the rest. If other than that, I'll dip the whole thing in milk until it gets soggy. I know it's weird, but that's just how I do it. To put it in a bowl and then to grab a spoon, this is so stupid. People do anything for clicks and views.
Love it.
He said 600 calories when the limit is what, 2,000, I believe.
Oh my god.
This will be somebody that says, "You can't call me fat. You fat, nigga. You fat."
Oh my god. He went for
Now listen to this is supposed to be put out for a party so that people can get a cookie. He about to pour milk and eat. Right? Exactly.
no.
Crazy.
Good night, you guys.
I can hear somebody saying, "Well, it's healthy because there's milk in it."
Take a bite, take a bite.
Oh, he put 2 cookies in his mouth at one time. He put 2 Oreo cookies in his mouth at one time. How, Sway? How? 2 Oreo cookies? Child, I ain't got no.
Oh my god. I was appalled when he had the 1 pack of Oreos.
Child, he don't get F that nigga, okay? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Anything for views, child. Anything for views. Shout out to my fave. He said, "True definition of fat bastard, respectfully." Oh, yo, wasn't that a character? Was that on Austin Powers? A character on Austin Powers? Fat bastard. I feel like I remember that person on Austin Powers. Is that where that's from? That's funny. Thank you, G-Dubs. I appreciate you. Shout out to y'all up in here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. All right, enough with that foolishness. All right. Brian McKnight, y'all, ain't playing no games. He said ain't playing no games with these. Brian McKnight sues ex-wife and son over damning claims he refused to tell son Nico he loved him before his death. Yo. Oh, it is Austin Powers. Okay. These people have not stopped talking about this man since I don't even know when. And you know, the hood supports it because it's a saying that a man didn't do something, so it gotta be true, right? So they've been getting his shows canceled and boycotting his shows and stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty sure that Brian McKnight really don't have to work, but if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. He should stun on them and just invest into something else. Say fuck all y'all and keep it moving. Okay, that's what I would do, but that's just me. So this is from People, even though it's been reported in a couple of other places. McKnight is suing his family members for defamation, saying they're taking advantage of a tragic family death. This is from yesterday. It says Brian McKnight alleges his ex-wife Julie and son Brian Jr. created a sensational but false narrative about him in various social media posts and interviews, because we know that they ain't stopped. Oh God, duh! You know they're not stopping saying anything. They haven't stopped talking since their mouths was available to move, right? The main allegation hinges on his reaction to the death of his son Nico, 32. McKnight is suing for defamation, emotional distress, and more, citing damage to his reputation and financial losses. Brian McKnight has filed a defamation suit against his ex-wife, Julie, and son Brian Jr. Now, they're not saying it, but they're still using the name McKnight. I hate you, 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 I hate you. I'm not changing my last name. Son. You named your other son my name and you disown me. Still not changing his name. Now listen, I don't know. That man is a whole ass adult, probably the same age as me, maybe a couple years younger, right? Meaning the son. And you have the ability to change your name since you hate him so much. But if you change your name, no one would know who you are. Let's be honest. If they change their names, no one would know who they are. Interesting how that works, right? The Grammy-nominated singer 56 filed a lawsuit in oh no, child. As far as I'm concerned, if you say Georgia, that means the ATL.
She was fucking his best friend, so you know, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breed it like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
They filed it in Georgia on Tuesday, the 21st, claiming Julie Bryan Jr. and several news outlets and interviewers profited off of a tragic family death and committed malicious character assassination, according to the documents which were obtained by People. McKnight's filing focuses largely on claims made by Julie and Bryan Jr. that the singer did not tell his estranged son that he loved him before Nico died of cancer in May 2025 at the age of 32. Defendant Julie McKnight asserted that their son repeatedly told plaintiff, "I love you," during the call, while plaintiff refused to reciprocate. Now help me understand why we need to know this, Bueller. Now help me understand why Julie got to go out to the world to say Bryan didn't tell his son that he loved him. Just say that it's true. Girl, why are you telling us? Tension, money, fame, to torture him. You mad? You hurt? I'm gonna need Julie to get some help. I'm serious as a heart attack right now. I'm gonna need Julie McKnight to seek mental health help. Not because she mental health like those people be trying to say, but because she got some issues to still be carrying on about this man all these years later. Is she upset about the son? Yes. Maybe you need some grief therapy. Maybe you need to figure out a way to deal with the loss of your child. But being out here run off at the mouth probably ain't the best way, because all you're doing, your only focus in life is Bryan McKnight. Let me tell you something. If I was married to Bryan McKnight, he's married to Leilani, right? Just in an example. Leilani is married to Bryan McKnight. If I was married to Bryan McKnight and his ex-wife from I don't even know how long ago, excuse me, is still talking about him, I would be like, we need to get a restraining order against that bitch. We need to get a restraining order against that bitch. This is too much and too long. This is too much and too damn long. For what? What do you want? He won the 8.8 million or something like that. So if he won the 8.8 million previously, you think that she would shut the fuck up? She's not. So now she's talking more. So I'm glad he's suing her. Good, sue her. Bitch, shut the fuck up. How long? How many years does it take before you move the fuck on? How long? Yes, she's probably grieving because her son died. Rest in peace to Nico. But girl, that's all you got to do is talk about Bryan, because the son had cancer. Is that Bryan McKnight's fault? Is it hereditary in y'all's family? Does it run in y'all's family maybe or something? How? This is crazy. So because he didn't say allegedly that he loved the kid on the phone, now she out here telling the whole world that he didn't love his son. All right. So this is 1998. These are the kids. And that's Julie. Oh yeah, Bryan McKnight, a singer on the up and coming, singing some of the best love songs ever written, cheated on her. News at 11. The complaint claims that Julie sent a voice message to McKnight asking him not to initiate contact with Nico, and he respected her wishes. In a statement shared with People, a spokesperson for Julie called the claims completely unfounded and said she stands firmly in her truth. In her truth. Girl, the truth, not your truth, the truth. And remains confident that the facts will speak for themselves. I look forward to my day in court where I will have the opportunity to fully address these allegations, Julie said. I sincerely thank all of my supporters for their continued prayers. What supporters? Support for what? Support for what? Who are you? What do you do? What does Julie McKnight do? Anybody, Bueller? What does Julie McKnight do? Anybody, Bueller? Bryan Jr. and additional defendants Mark Lamont Hill. Bryan Jr. and additional defendants Mark Lamont Hill, Tasha K., and the New York Post did not immediately respond to People's request for comment, nor did McKnight's attorney. So he's suing the mama, the ex-wife, the son, Mark Lamont Hill, Tasha K., and the New York Post. Bryan said, I ain't got time for y'all's bullshit. He said, I ain't playing no games with y'all. Because Bryan McKnight did an interview with Anton because Anton said that that's his friend, of which he is, because he can call him at any time he answers the phone. I swear, if Anton ever lost his phone, don't call me. He got everybody's phone. He probably got all of YouTube in that damn phone. It's got everybody's. He got 2 phones, at least 2 phones that I know of. Got everybody's damn phone number. So Anton did an interview with Brian McKnight, and of course they didn't like it. Of course, after I think it was after he won the 8.8. I think it was 8.8 million, and so then that got them all riled up. So they had to keep talking some more. So then Mark Lamont Hill, who is a LTM, of course, but I don't know if he has issue with Brian McKnight, like he doesn't like Brian McKnight. I think he must not like Brian McKnight or something. So he brought Julie on and did an interview with her and maybe the son. I'm not sure. I didn't watch that shit because I can't stand him. And then that's probably where she said some more egregious things. And Brian said, "I'm sick of y'all shit. And I'm sick of Mark Lamont Hill. F that ninja." So Mark Lamont Hill, you can play around if you want to. Let it come and try to affect the Joe Budden podcast. Let's see how long y'all ass gonna be on there while you out here run off at a mouth about some bullshit that shouldn't make any difference to you at the end of the day. So none of those people commented. The Back at One singer married Julie in 1989. Shout out to the class of 89. And they were divorced in 2003. So however long that was. So 2003, they were divorced. So what is that? 23 years, y'all? 23 years. 23 years. 23 years. 23 years. According to the complaint, the two signed a settlement agreement in 2014 that bars them each from making negative comments about the other. And he claims that Julie violated the agreement when she gave interviews to Tasha K. She went on Tasha K. and Mark Lamont Hill, who are both named as defendants. McKnight's filing says conflict with his family began in 2019 when Brian Jr. shared an Instagram post implying that the singer was an absentee father. He claims the narrative surrounding his treatment of his family worsened last year when Julie published a memoir that portrayed him as an abusive husband and neglectful father. So, how long I said it was married or divorced? 23 years. So after 22 years of divorce, you decided to write a book about Brian McKnight. Child, the jokes write themselves. In April 2025, Julie did an interview with Tasha K, and McKnight claims that the host actively participated in advancing a narrative against him and also accused him of getting a teenage girl pregnant, which he did not. Oh, Lord, help your people. What? Oh, my God. Then Julie and Brian did an interview with Hill in which they claimed McKnight refused to communicate with his son during his final illness, refused to tell him that he loved him before his death, and emotionally abandoned him during his final days. Accusations that portrayed plaintiff as a father who withheld love and compassion from his dying child. And you know what's interesting is that bitches will just side with her just because, so 20 some odd years since your divorce, you still talking about this man. They don't see that. 20 some years since you've been divorced, you can't stand this man, but you will not change your last name. So y'all think that's normal? I understand not changing your last name because it's your kids' names, right? Understood. But if he's so horrible, why do you keep talking about him? And why do you keep his name? Why? Get rid of it. He sucks. He's ass. He disowned your kids, even though they're adults. He disowned your kids. You said don't ever talk to him again. We seen you say that. Don't ever talk to your kids again. So everybody ignore that part? So everybody just think Julie just sitting at home. Oh, you don't know. I'm so sweet. That's what y'all think. Y'all. The claims were then picked up by outlets, including the New York Post, which is listed as defendant, and McKnight says he suffered tangible financial loss and a hit to his reputation. The singer, who is also father to other children, 2-year-old son named Brian with his wife Leilani, is suing on claims of defamation and false light invasion. Oh, we just learned that with Anton. Of privacy disclosure, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and more. He's also suing Julie, alleging breach of contract, which means because you got all that money when we divorced and you weren't supposed to say nothing and you out here talking, That's probably where he will win. Good luck to him. Because, child, these bitches just don't know when to stop. I'm telling you, like, you can't stand him. What are we doing? What are we doing? Move on. When do you ever get over it and move on? It's over. It's a done deal. This is her life, y'all. 23 years of talking about Brian McKnight. It's over. He moved on to Leilani. Anyway. All right, so that's what's going on with that. So let's get into the racism, child. Because I saw this and I said, I know you effing lying. This mess about, shout out to Hannibal is hungry. We know our friend Hannibal is hungry, who clearly has done the damn thing. He is up to 179,000 here on the tube. Congratulations. Remember, we used to both cover the Tiffany Henyard stuff together. So he has a thumbnail. Can this come up? So this thumbnail made its way to Baltimore, y'all. And Doogie said that it's racism. He said it's racism. Why he so mad? Doogie be paying attention to some shit that he don't need to be paying attention to. The people of Baltimore need to be paying attention. That your mayor is more engulfed with what's going on online than getting y'all a damn grocery store. Than stopping them damn kids that's doing teen takeovers and taking over downtown Baltimore. Getting them stores to not close. Allegedly. But let's listen to this video and see what the hell is going on, chat.
Baltimore City, an AI-generated picture of Mayor Brandon Scott, shared by the city's Inspector General.
Shout out to the additional coverage.
Baltimore City, an AI-generated picture of Mayor Brandon Scott, shared by the city's Inspector General, has people talking, with some calling it inappropriate and racist.
The AI-generated picture includes what appears to be Mayor Scott, surrounded by piles of money, holding shopping.
So Isabel Cumming, who is somebody down there in Baltimore, shared the video of Hannibal, of which we can see his name down here. It says, a friend sent me this very interesting video from YouTube, ties many things together, okay? So they picked up on our friend's video. This is WJZ reporting on this. So shout out to the exposure. But of course, this is what Brandon is paying attention to. Shout out to all the Baltimoreans, because as long as he's focusing on the internet, I'm sure he's taking care of y'all too.
Bags while smoking a cigar.
The mayor's office isn't commenting on this post. They are saying that they're letting the letter written by Chief of Staff J.D. Merrill
wrote this letter to the city's ethics board and the office of the Inspector General's advisory board, raising concerns of, quote, politically charged content shared by Cumming. Merrill writes, sharing the video and this image is, quote, deeply inappropriate, misleading, damaging, and racist.
What is racist about this photo? Where's the racism? Because
where's the racism, y'all? Bueller. City of Baltimore bank account overdrawn, final notice. You got some luxury bags, the money around. And remember, this is the one with the $163,000 truck that he said he needed. Even though Baltimore residents are suffering, he needed that truck. Louis Vuitton, all the watches and everything. What's the racism? Birkin back here. What's the his wife? Remember, his wife was a part of some entity, and she was getting paid out too. Where the racism?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't believe I have to make a video about this. I can't believe this actually became a news story. But we're here and we're going to have to talk about it. So Brandon Scott and his administration wants to talk about racism. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know exactly what we do. Many of you have been here for years. You've seen me when I've been talking about Tiffany Henyard. That's kind of like a couple of years ago at this point. So if you're new here, you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I think you would like your stay here as we tackle the nonsense, explore how ridiculous politics is.
I know that the mayor's chief of staff,
yes, that is true, how ridiculous politics is,
complained to the ethics board about the Inspector General's social media activity.
We are hearing from the Inspector General, Isabel Cumming, who has apologized, saying she did not realize that AI image was on the post she shared. We also heard from Baltimore neighbors who had a lot to say about this incident.
I don't think it's fair. It's just all foolishness.
Some Baltimore neighbors say they're disappointed in the recent social media post made by Baltimore Inspector General Isabel Cumming.
The picture looks exactly like him, and something has to be done about the misuse of AI. If there's no proof of that, then why should you be allowed to show it?
The misuse of AI. These are Baltimore residences. It's the misuse of AI. Ah, gotcha. Oh, so y'all defending dude. Cool. We support it too. Whatever y'all think is good for y'all, let it be good for y'all. Don't listen to what's actually being said, what potentially has been proven, what's going on in the news. Because not like, well, I've seen it because I've kind of looked at it, but then we've had so many other things going on. But y'all are going to say, oh, no, not our mayor. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Exactly. Oh, my God. How dare they make an AI? So this is where y'all landing y'all's plane? This is where y'all landing the plane? Okay.
So by now, some of you may have seen this news story. Baltimore's Inspector General shared a link on her personal, I think it was Facebook or X page, and that link went to a video on his channel, Hannibal's Hungry, covering Mayor Brandon Scott's spending record. Part of that thumbnail was an AI-generated photo. You know, like a political cartoon, you know, like what newspapers have been doing for literally 200 years. But apparently, Brandon Scott's office lost their mind. His chief of staff, J.D. Merrill, fired off a letter to the ethics board calling the post, and I'm quoting here, deeply inappropriate, misleading, damaging, and racist.
The white man. But Brandon had to approve it because all Brandon does is say that everything is racist.
They're talking about my video. They're talking about my channel.
I do think that the inspector general position does need to be careful in what they put out on social media more so than elected officials.
Particularly if you're in a court case in the battle.
I think, probably not the best thing for her to put out on social media. But this, attack on her personally is being done to deflect. Maybe they're losing. People are talking about it. Why is he trying to protect this particular, Monsi group that is his signature piece of policy? What is going on here?
Monsi. In my opinion, that's some bullshit, allegedly. That whole thing is a shell, allegedly. So that money is being funneled through it, allegedly, but allegedly.
So let's attack the person who is wanting the information. I think it's as clear as day. By the way, the guy who made this video, Hannibal is Hungry, is black. So we're gonna say that the guy who made this video in the thumbnail that apparently is racist, that so Isabel Cumming is putting out racist things that a black guy put for another black guy.
So let me address this really directly, and I want to be very clear here. So to those who do not know, and maybe it hasn't been obvious, I am black, born in 1984, born and raised.
What? Oh, who knew? Hannibal is black, y'all. In case y'all didn't know, after all these years at this point, Hannibal is Hungry is black. Okay. FYI.
In Brooklyn, I've been doing this work on this channel for a number of years, covering government fraud, corruption, and accountability, because I believe that people deserve the truth, especially when it comes from people that you're paying your tax dollars to. I don't like politicians at all. I just don't. But when this type of thing happens, people who deserve the truth include the people of Baltimore who have to deal with this nonsense while their mayor drives around in a $163,000 Jeep Wagoneer on their dime. It's possible that his administration and people who decided to do this did not even watch the video. Maybe they did and they're just desperate. But if you watch the video, and I could put the link of this video in the description box, not one time did I attack Brandon Scott's race. Why the hell did I do that? Did not attack his appearance. I did not call him out of his name. I didn't call him stupid. All I did was report what was documented on record is in the receipts. That's what we do on this channel. We are just reporting what's happening. We're just reporting from the people down there. So I don't know how any of this is racist. So the image in question was used by ChatGPT. I like using platforms Gemini, and I like to use ChatGPT. It's a thumbnail. I know many of you guys who watch YouTube realize there's tons and tons of AI generated images, especially the ones that fall under this niche. The interesting thing is when you're talking about politics, it's what editorial cartoonists have been doing to presidents, governors, and mayors since before this country even had a constitution. Political figures get illustrated. That's not racism. That's commentary. AI illustration of a mayor surrounded by money imagery when we're literally reporting people on his spending is what you call journalism. These are the accusations that he has to face. It's so sad that he is so sensitive to this. I don't know, like, why be in politics if you can't handle the heat? My own mayor, Zohan Mandami, I've been critical of him, but there is some really, really aggressive AI generated nonsense, a bunch of crazy images, wild accusations, and Mandami just keeps it moving. He stays on his message. He talks about policies I don't necessarily agree with, but he doesn't crumble. He doesn't run to the ethics board. He handles it a little better than this guy, because you need to be pretty strong when you have to deal with this type of arena. Brandon Scott can't handle.
No, because all Brandon has to offer is everything is racism. That's all he ever does. They put him up on the blogs, and of course they say, yeah, that's racist, yeah, because those dumbasses are being led by damn blogs and don't get the whole damn story. Unless, of course, you live in Baltimore, typically, we don't even have a grocery store. Maybe they don't live in that part of Baltimore. But, y'all, these people don't care. They don't care. They ain't paying attention, child. Let them be. Not what's going on with here. I'm talking about the residents. They'll go elect him a third time, child, and we'll be here for it.
A thumbnail from a YouTube channel. That tells you everything you need to know about the confidence he has on his record. Because if you're doing well, you don't have to worry. You just keep doing it. You keep going. You let the results speak for themselves. But when you're trying to hide something, when the receipts don't look so good, when a judge just said that your administration cut off, foreclosed, and shut down your own inspector general from doing her job, then a YouTube thumbnail becomes a 5-alarm fire.
I want to know why no one is upset about the fact that he's stopping the oversight, basically, of what the hell it is that he's doing. See, that's the problem with so many things, and we're going to get into the SPLC stuff too, is that no one's doing any type of oversight. So everybody's just out. Everybody, in my opinion, most of these politicians are taking money, taking shit, taking off the top, skimming, whatever it is, and doing some illegal stuff that we probably all should be saying it's a problem. But Brandon, the best thing that he could do is just say that is his standard answer. When Mackenzie Scott from Fox 45 comes at him, it's your racist station. Nigga, what? Because she asking you questions. So now don't ask no politicians questions, y'all. That's where they want it to be. Just let us do what we want to do. Shout out to Big Tiff. Shout out to the rest of Mayor, what is his name? Child, the new mayor, child. I can't think of his name. Still got problems even though Tiff is gone. Are they all the same? Sounds like they're all the same.
Video that the IG shared that was actually covered. The thing that didn't show those people on the street, they just showed an image and they immediately got sensitive. Didn't even watch the video. But let me explain the video really quickly. We covered 3 things. 1, Brandon Scott wants to expand his personal mayor's office to 134 staffers. Not the health department, not the police department, not the agency that fixed potholes. His personal office. Then number 2, while he's expanding his own power, his administration blocked the inspector general from investigating fake invoices inside his own signature crime prevention program, MOSI. Contractors billing the city for work that was never done.
The crime prevention program, MONSI. It's actually pronounced MONSI. So the crime prevention program is MONSI, right? We know what we heard in DC. I'm gonna just say what we heard in DC. I'm telling y'all, and we've already talked about this before, all these alleged crime prevention people, especially after this SPLC thing, all they're doing is pretending, allegedly, that they're doing something, collecting the money, somebody gets paid off, and then they out there saying, we doing this, we doing that. How does it behoove them to stop the crime, y'all? They will stop getting paid. Honestly, allegedly, this is how I feel about this cancer. They didn't come through and got help for HIV and AIDS, but no help for cancer thus far. Okay. But I could be wrong. That's allegedly. But I'm telling you, these crime prevention things and people and all these funny how all the nonprofits seem to be making profit. Funny how the nonprofits always seem to be making a profit.
The IG went to get the records and she has the right to access those, but his law department cut her off. She sued. And that's why I was talking about the judge's words, that the city has cut off and shut down her ability to investigate. And then 3, Baltimore's budget ballooned $800 million in roughly 2 years. The city has the largest property taxes in Maryland. The population is shrinking. The tax base is declining. And the results from all this is we need more money. That's why we need more people in his office. That's the video. That was called racist. So let me ask one question that nobody at the press conference, nobody at the ethics board, nobody covering this story thought to ask. If this video is so racist, if this thumbnail is so offensive and damaging and harmful, why the hell is this video still on YouTube? I mean, it's been there for at least 2 days. I mean, YouTube has been pretty aggressive with community guidelines. They've pulled a lot of videos from a lot of different creators that violates their policies every single day. And my video is still up. It's still there. You can still search it. And the reason why it's still there because nothing in it violates a single rule. This is all journalism. And let me bring you some more context because context is everything. This channel has used AI generated thumbnails on Tim Waltz. He's a white guy. Katie Wilson, white woman. Brandon Scott, black man. Zoran Manami, South Asian man. Elon Omar, black woman. We have done it across the board. Whoever that we're covering, whoever the story is about, that's who is in the thumbnail. So was there a racist complaint when we put Tim Waltz in the thumbnail or the outrage for Katie Wilson? Nobody called YouTube. Nobody ran to the ethics board. That is the only difference. If the thumbnail is the problem, then call Tim Waltz because he got the same treatment. The issue was never the image. The issue is the receipts within it. And those receipts don't look too great for Brandon Scott. But Mayor Scott, I want to talk to you, but I know you're probably not going to watch this. And unfortunately for you, you're not going to be able to hide behind racism to dodge accountability on this channel. It's not going to work because I am black and I've been covering this type of thing for a long time. And I know long enough to know exactly what this playbook looks like. Every time you get backed into a corner, you cry racism. Every time the question that you don't want to answer, it's racism. Every time someone wants to follow the money, it is racism.
Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott refusing to answer a straightforward question, how he justifies the cost of his taxpayer-funded SUV, the most expensive executive vehicle of any top elected official in Maryland.
I want to ask you the same question. How do you justify the cost of this vehicle?
We'll just stop you right there. We get it. We understand that your station has this severe right-wing effort underway. We get that. When you look at, I'm talking, you can listen to and let me talk, please. We heard your question. You've asked the same idiotic question now for 3 months through Trump's media station in Baltimore, which is Fox 45, that this is what they're asking.
That really expensive SUV, racism. The MOSI records.
Just bring up, you already know, child. Just bring up Donald Trump and that makes everything go away, allegedly.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
And that exact exchange was put up on the blogs. And you know what the stars were saying? That's right, you go tell her they racist. F Trump, 32 count felon. Oh my God, who she thinks she is? He done already. Y'all don't live in Baltimore and y'all ain't paying attention to nothing going on in Baltimore. And you also don't give a damn about none of them people in Baltimore. And y'all just want to see someone say something, say Trump's name, act like they telling somebody, and that's what gets y'all's juices running. I'm telling you, it needs to be studied, y'all. It honestly needs to be studied. Long as it comes from Hollywood Unlocked, the Neighborhood Talk, the Jasmine brand, it gotta be true, right? Tethers, ABCDs, people that you don't even know, giving you a snippet, you don't even look into it, which is fine. But I'm telling you, what black people like, specifically black women, love when somebody's allegedly telling somebody off, child. That's how we got here.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
That's how we got that damn thing. That's where it came from. Like, the colored community loves to think that I'ma tell you, you tell me. And where does that get y'all? Nowhere. Not a damn place. So the lady is suing. And why does that woman have to sue to do her job? The people in Baltimore need to be focused on that shit. Why is your mayor trying to keep someone from looking into what he's doing? First of all, it's not his personal shit. It's y'all shit. That's y'all shit. What the hell? And y'all just gonna be like, looking at that picture like, there's a problem with the picture? The thumbnail for you? That's what? I'd have been like, well, what the hell is this about? I'd be like, I think it's funny myself. If it was me, I'd be like, yeah, that shit probably true. That nigga ain't doing nothing for the damn community that's going to make a difference later. And you know what they'll say at the end of Donald Trump's term? Child, it could be anybody's term. They don't ever do nothing for the hood. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. They don't ever come to the hood. Child, I'm not coming either. But why the hell aren't you telling Brandon and Wes and whoever the hell your other people are to do something for y'all? But y'all gladly go to Fox 45 to complain, but they allegedly racist, according to Doogie. Child, these people love this shit. We love it too. We love it for them. They love this shit. They are playing in the... Child... participating in your own demise. Thank you, Kofi. Good morning, Boo. He said, with all this going on, is Walmart still racist? What about the diet? Walmart will always be racist. I mean, I don't understand why. But child, you know the diet don't work the same.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Anything that black people don't want to address, they're just going to say the shit is racist. One True is absolutely right. Voted him in, and the very next day was mad that we got a food desert. Did you have a food desert the day before? Because I'm a little bit... that whole thing right there is... oh my God. It's so frustrating that y'all are practicing dummism. That right there is the epitome of how you niggas... I said that, I meant that. Deal with politics. You just want to just listen to what they say and you just believe it. You don't look into shit. You don't follow shit. And you just follow behind a bunch of MFers who we have already shown their alliance and allegiance is to one another and the damn Democrats. That is not me saying that the Republicans are any better. You coloreds don't even listen or look at Republicans. So why do I need to talk about them? The only people you focus on are freaking Democrats. And after Rowley got chastised and put in his place, y'all still will listen to them. Y'all still will follow them, and you'll still be in this. So when I say, if you are in the same place a year from now as you are today, that means if you was in a food desert last year and you still in a food desert, whose fault is that? If you got a problem in your area today, and a year from now, you're still there with the same problems, whose fault is that? Yours. Yours. It ain't no racism. It's a you problem. And you put the same person back in that wasn't helping y'all for his previous term. So why the hell y'all think he gonna help you now? And then what he does is goes when you need a fucking grocery store. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. When you need a grocery store, he's buying a $163,000 vehicle that you pay for. Well, Probably not most of y'all because you don't own shit. I said that, I meant that. But for those of you that do, you got to pay those in taxes, of which Hannibal just said and confirmed, and I trust him, that your taxes is high. Just like down there in Chicago, they taxes is high. Because guess where all that shit, guess who paid for all that shit? Child, guess who paid for all that shit? Yeah. And them taxes that you pay when you buy shit, them taxes that you pay if you got a home, and them taxes for anything that you buy, and then it taxes something on top of it, meaning alcohol and cigarettes and all that other shit. Gambling. However they get their money from that. And y'all participate willingly. You're willingly participating in your own demise. Because you think that everything is racist. That's why that nigga keeps saying that shit. Because it's to play on your stupid emotions. And instead of saying, nah, nigga, we not going for it because we suffering, y'all go right along with it. Because he black and you black and everybody black. So that makes everything good. Shout out to Big Tiff. I really hope she wins down there. I really hope she wins down there. We're going to follow everything that heifer does.
Racism. A YouTube thumbnail, racism. It's pretty weak. It's probably the weakest form of leadership I've seen in a long time. To be a really good leader, you can't hide behind accusations when the receipts look bad. They answer the questions. When it comes to the taxpayers of Baltimore, they're not going to sit there and really bother you about this thumbnail. I think they're going to ask you about that
I'd be mad at this haircut, but y'all think that shit is cute, fine.
$100 million. They're asking about the highest property taxes in Maryland. They're asking about the privately funded staffers with no disclosure. They're asking about the fake invoices in your program you put your name on. You don't have to like my channel. I don't even think you watch it. You don't have to like me at all. Like I said, I don't live in Baltimore. I live here in Brooklyn. But you work for the people of Baltimore, and they deserve answers, not deflection, not a letter to the ethics board, answers. I think it's a very desperate attempt to distract from the fact that there's some things you're doing that a lot of people do not like. And you think by doing this helps your case against the inspector.
There's a lot of things that may be happening that not necessarily they don't like. It's the stuff that people are exposing. That's what he doesn't like. Those people that live in Baltimore are going right along with it. They're going right along with it. And we don't care. We don't care. Good. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Because as them gremlins is running around town and carrying on and doing the shit that they doing, that down in False Point now, down in the harbor, shit's closing the fuck down. That's okay. It's going to come up bright soon enough and be nice and beautiful and huge and expensive. Watch. If we're like, praise the Lord that we're here to see it. I bet you they won't have no more kids down there then. Who think I'm lying? Once they get that whole development built, whatever it's going to be, and child, if I could afford to get something, I might do it. I promise you, there gonna be no more of them kids down there anytime they want to be. Who think that's true? I'm telling you, I know it's true.
Inspector General, I don't think it does at all. This is a non-issue. I can't believe I'm even doing this video, but it's obviously what you're trying to do. You're trying to say, don't look over here, guys. Look at the Inspector General. She did something racist. I understand why she apologized. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is what it is. She's playing politics.
Because she's a white woman that don't know. She need to come and talk to him. That's what she need to do. That's what she should do, is go get interviewed by Hannibal. Hannibal, if you hear this, reach out to her. Reach out to her and get an interview with her. I think that will piss him off even more, but then that can show what the hell is actually going on. And that her ass don't need to be apologizing, child. These people too scared for me. I can't be in politics, y'all, because I'd be like, fuck you, and move on. And then they'd be like, oh my God! Oh my God! And I'd be like, fuck you again, child. I don't give a damn. Grow up. You a whole ass adult. You offended because of the F word? Get on my face.
I don't think she wants any distractions from the case that she is pursuing as well, but this is a non-issue. This is silly. Clearly, the mayor is a little worried about this situation, and you can tell that he is breaking a little bit. So we'll continue to follow him. And I understand that he doesn't like the fact that these videos that are criticizing him are having some reach compared to just local news, but we'll continue because this was nonsense. You've wasted my time to make this video, but we will be there at the conclusion of this case against the IG, and we will see what information comes out of that investigation. So Brandon Scott, unfortunately, I'm going to be around a little longer to cover you. But let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments.
Shout out to Hannibal. Shout out to Hannibal. So let's watch a little bit of the original video. So this is the original video that got their panties in a bunch. It says Baltimore mayor is in big trouble after losing in court, exposes his $4.5 million office power grab.
We have so many agencies that are strapped, that need extra help, need extra staffing, need new equipment, and instead that money is going towards their administration for record level staffing.
Mayor Brandon Scott is seeking to expand City Hall staffing. He is asking for 16 more positions, which would bring his office size to 134 staffers, for a proposed $4.5 million addition to the mayor's office budget next year.
I'm not even sure how they can fit 134 people in those offices.
Baltimore, again, Brandon Scott is out of control. I mean, we've been tracking him for a while now. The fight with the Inspector General, the spending, the Mosey program. But today we got a news clip that ties a lot of this together. We're going to watch it and we're going to react to it. because a lot is going on under the surface here that the people in Baltimore deserve better. This is out of control. Let's get into it.
We have so many agencies that are strapped that need extra help, need extra staffing, need new equipment, and instead that money is going towards their administration for record level staffing. I'm not even sure how they can fit 134 people in those offices.
134 people in the mayor's office in Baltimore. Not the health department, not the police department, not the agency that fixed the potholes. The mayor's personal office.
The police department, what? They definitely was on that defund the police. They ain't gonna put no money towards that. He's not going to do anything.
This is amazing.
I promise you, he's not gonna do anything to make him look less black. Okay, that's how Brandon, in my opinion, is running the city. You see that shirt he got on that says DEI? It says definitely earned it. He's saying definitely earned it. That's what his shirt says. How many times we saw him come up here talking about it's a disgrace what happens to black women. We need to support our black women. Him and both Brandons are moving from a I'm black, we black. But as soon as a white person would do this shit, say I'm lying. Let some white person come up here and say, child, but we white people need to stick together. There will be holy hell to pay for that shit. But they can get away with it. That's exactly what he's doing for show. I believe Brandon Scott's doing the same, or Brandon Johnson's doing the same thing.
It's 134 staffers. Why? Philadelphia, biggest city, more people, arguably more complex. They have 96. Los Angeles, one of the largest cities on the planet, has 94 positions. Baltimore, which has been losing population for decades, is currently dealing with a fiscal situation that has people generally worried. He wants 134 positions. And here's what they don't tell you in the headline. This isn't 1 year of expansion. This has been building. The mayor's office has grown significantly under Brandon Scott. Every year, it gets a little bigger, a little bit more expensive, and also a little harder to audit. And that last part of auditing is extremely important. We'll get back to that later in this video.
Then he said that a lot of these positions, or half of them, will be privately funded. I am very concerned about that because now you have a private interest that's inside the mayor's office that's going to have the ear of the mayor and other officials. And what kind of policies are they going to pursue? Are they going to be in the best interest of the private entity? Are they going to be in the best interest of the city and taxpayers?
See, I'm really glad that he brought this up because nobody was talking about this. 8 of the 16 new positions are privately funded, meaning some outside entity, it could be a foundation, a corporation, or a donor, is paying for a seat inside the mayor's office. That don't sound great. Now, the mayor's team frames this as, well, it's not tax dollars, don't worry about it, it's all good. And technically, that's true, but the framing completely misses the point. If I'm a private interest and I'm funding a position inside the executive office of the mayor, an American city, I now have access, influence over how my funded staffer operates and who they talk to. We don't know who these funders are. We don't know what the relationship is to the city contracts. We don't know if they have skin in the game on any of the policies those staffers would work on. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's just the question you ask. Who's paying and why? The receipts on that are still waiting to be pulled.
We do know that a spokesperson for the mayor says the new roles would help respond to challenges like addiction, vacant housing, police recruitment, and retention. These are critical issues that need to be addressed in the city. Do you think that this will help address those issues?
If they're really concerned about these issues, then the health department should be getting this money for addiction. A retention, that should go somewhere else, not inside the mayor's office. And therein lies the problem, is that the mayor thinks that he can solve all these problems. And I really don't think it's about solving problems. I really think it's about, as I said, expanding his mayoral footprint in the city.
Okay, so here's the mayor's answer here, essentially, is we need more people because we have complex problems. Addiction, vacant housing, police recruitment. Those are real problems and nobody's arguing that. But, and this is what the guest said, and I want to underscore this, Baltimore already has agencies for all those things. There is a health department, there's a housing authority, there is a police department with a recruitment and retention infrastructure. So what you're really saying when you argue that the mayor's office needs to grow to address those problems is that you don't trust or don't want to fund those other agencies to do their jobs. Instead, you want to do those functions in your office. You want direct control of everything. That's not.
Oh, did you see it? I don't know if I made it back. All right, F it.
When you argue that the mayor's office needs to grow to address those problems is that you don't trust or don't want to fund those other agencies to do their jobs. Instead, you want to do those functions in your office.
Yeah, definitely earned it. Anybody want that shirt, Bueller? Anybody want that shirt? It's probably on the Power and Black app or website. Jason Beatrice. Thank you, boo. Smaller government equals less corruption. That ain't never gonna happen, though. There's definitely a lot of corruption in many places amongst them all. I don't care what nobody says.
You want direct control of everything. That's not really governance. That seems like a bit of a consolidation of power. And here's the thing about centralizing power in the mayor's office that is simultaneously blocking a court-ordered oversight investigation. These two things are not separate stories. They are the same story.
And if you want to bring people into the city, if you want to attract people into the city, you have to lower property taxes. Baltimore has the highest property tax in Maryland and really the surrounding area. So
Baltimore has the highest property taxes? Okay.
He's really going about this the wrong way. And I think there's a really interesting connection here with the fight that he has with the Inspector General, is that the mayor is expanding his power, right? We saw this the last 4 or 5 months where...
So stop the Inspector General, but spend more money at the same time. Sounds like he's on the up and up to me.
He's denied information to the Inspector General. We had the ruling yesterday that was favorable to the Inspector General.
You see right here, he's connecting the dots, because here is what actually happened with the Inspector General. The IG was investigating fraud inside Mosey, Brandon Scott's signature crime prevention program.
I've been the Inspector General for 8 years. This is the first.
Baltimore City Inspector General Isabel Cumming is taking a step she's never had to before, filing suit against the mayor's office and city council to enforce a subpoena she sent.
Wasting money because she ain't spent her own money on this shit. Wasting taxpayer money.
Went unanswered. Last month, hundreds of pages of redacted documents from the mayor's Office of Safety and Engagement were supplied to her office.
Here I got records that were completely blacked out. I couldn't even follow a cash app. $500 cash app. What's blacked out is who got the money.
Contractors allegedly
Why are they blacking stuff out? So they send her documents with everything redacted. She's the fucking government with you. What does she need to... Why is it... If it came to us, maybe it should be redacted. It's going to her. Oh no, nothing is wrong at all. It's a racist. Of course it is. That has to be what it is, right?
Invoices billing the city for work that wasn't done. When she started to ask for documents that she had a right to access for 8 years, the mayor's law department cut her off. First, it was legal records, then all of city documents. They said she was subject to public records law like a regular civilian. She sued. It went to court 3 days ago. The judges...
Exactly. If it's us under FOIA, that's one thing. She works with you. She's the one that's doing the fucking oversight. Oh my God. And you dumbasses in Baltimore is like, hey, it's racist. Yeah, it's racist.
The words, and not mine, were the city had cut off, foreclosed, shut down the Inspector General's ability to investigate. So the city lost that motion, and the judge denied Scott's attempt to disqualify the IG's attorneys and said that the OIG operates independently without interference from the law department. So now you have a mayor who blocked a fraud investigation into his own program, tried to legally neutralize the watchdog in court, and at the same time trying to expand his own office to 134 people with private funding that nobody has to disclose. Again, this is all one story.
So Baltimore City is way out of whack on this. And there's another problem here, and that's the financial problem, is that every time you expand this office, you're not only expanding it for 1 year, but years to come, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. You continue to pay these salaries, and this is going to be millions upon millions of dollars.
Let's talk about these numbers for a second. 2023 budget was $4.1 billion. The proposed budget now is $4.9 billion. That is an $800 million increase in roughly 2 years. Baltimore has the highest property taxes in Maryland. People are leaving the city. Population has been in decline. The tax base is shrinking. And the response to all this is, we need more money. We need $800 million more. Brandon Scott has always talked about property tax relief. He has
any of the Baltimore people paying attention? No, you just listen to whatever Doogie says, because you black, he black, everybody black. He couldn't possibly do anything wrong, right? Yeah, I'm sure once they get into that Monty shit, allegedly, they're gonna find out a lot of shit, because he love that shit. Has crime in anybody near Baltimore? Bueller? Anybody around Baltimore? Bueller? Has crime gone down? I mean, I know what they say. Remember, he was bragging, crime has gone down. Joe Biden, crime has gone down. Everybody, crime has gone down. Yeah, I guess if you look at it the way that you do, be one of these residents out here. Yeah, residents, y'all sitting up here complaining, and every night there's something going on, because we're going to look at a couple of things. But y'all love this man, and y'all want, because I'm black and you black, to be the most important thing on who you hire in order to take care of your city where you live.
literally said those words, but the actual numbers in the actual budget goes against everything he's saying. It goes in the opposite direction every single year. This is what we mean when we say that the receipts don't lie. It doesn't matter what you say at a press conference. It matters what you...
It matters on who's going to pay attention to it. Those people can't be paying attention to it. We already know that enough black people are ignorant when it comes to money, finance, because that's what this is about, honestly, at the end of the day. It's about politics for sure. But it's also about money. So even when you see $163,000 in your face and somebody saying, oh, but it's okay, you don't go look into it at all. You don't see that the whole freaking governor didn't even get a car that expensive. You don't even see that the police commissioner, Worley, didn't get a car that expensive. But cool ass Doogie, because I'm so cool, who also had his wife on payroll before she was his wife. But y'all, there's nothing wrong, child. They black people. That's how you get black people who get somebody who goes to a travel agency to get them to, I'm making these states up, to get you from Pennsylvania to Louisiana. You need a fucking travel agent because she black, so we could trust her. Okay. All you do is talk about your own people. All you do is talk about your own people. Yeah, because y'all dummism. You're practicing dummism. Somebody else try to tell y'all, you don't want to listen to these black people. You would rather listen to the black people that are taking you down a road that is not good for you because that's what's fucking easy because you ain't got to do no work. That is lazy. Call it what the fuck you want. The facts are the facts. These motherfuckers don't give a damn about none of us. None of them do. But they all certainly, for the most part, seem to be getting richer and richer. And what the fuck do you get? Potholes in your lawn. Shout out to De La Soul.
Actually put in the budget. And what he put in the budget was more money for his office, less accountability to the Inspector General, and no meaningful property tax relief for the people who are already stretched thin. The councilman called out, the taxpayer advocate called out, the judge called out. At some point, this is not a coincidence. This is a pattern. He is spending way too much money. He is going to bankrupt the city. Baltimore deserves better than this. The people paying the highest property taxes in Maryland, the people
No, they don't. No, they don't.
watching programs get funded and then defunded and then refunded with no accountability. The people who voted to make the Inspector General independent because they did not trust the mayor's office to police itself. They deserve to know that when the fraud watchdog finds fake invoices inside the mayor's signature program and goes to court and wins, it actually means something. We're going to continue to follow this story.
They're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. No, you go to hell because your ass must be living in Baltimore. So if you one of the people that want to believe Brandon Johnson, Brandon Scott, then y'all go ahead and believe him. I'm not stupid, and I know how money works, and I know what oversight means, and I know when a nigga is full of shit. I know when a nigga is sitting up here playing off of the fact that, oh, this old black town is a black city. They will listen to whatever I say because they're not going to look into anything because they're so stuck that as long as someone is black, that's supposed to be better for them, and to fucking concentrate on Donald fucking Trump, which has absolutely nothing to do with anything. If you want to address me, send a fucking super chat. If not, sit there and watch the fucking show, nigga. Shout out to Reaper. Shout out to you, boo. Thank you so much as usual. Wow. Please make sure if you caught a membership that you go ahead and thank that to Reaper. Shout out to all the channel members. Shout out to the mods too. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and update that banner in a second. Let's go ahead and see how wonderful it is. Now, I'm not sure about if Towson is considered Baltimore or not, right? But the Towson Town Center faces uncertainty as the Apple Store prepares to leave. Now, this is how ignorant people are. They're just like, oh my God, it's not, they're always so busy. All Apple stores are busy. All Apple stores are busy. You got to look at the whole damn thing. No, let's just say that this is probably racist.
The Towson Town Center may be facing a turning point. The Apple Store, a major draw for foot traffic, now preparing to leave the mall. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor taking a closer look at the mall's recent decline and the ripple effect that experts say this could have on the surrounding stores.
What was once one of the region's premier shopping destinations, now facing an uncertain future, with one of the Towson Town Center's biggest anchors on its way out. Local economist Hannibal Basu warning. Losing the Apple Store is about much more than just losing another place to take all of our devices. It's about losing all of those high-end customers this store used to bring in.
And I think the closure of the Apple Store at Towson Town Center.
Child, is he what in the world? Yo, who does he look like? Captain Kangaroo. Do y'all remember Captain Kangaroo? Why does he look like just a dark-haired Captain Kangaroo? Wow. Shout out to Generation X. I know y'all remember Captain Kangaroo.
Is another nail in what might turn out to be a coffin. I mean, people might remember that this is a mall that used to have a Burberry's, a Louis Vuitton, many other upscale stores.
Within the last 2 years, staple stores such as Banana Republic, Tommy Bahama, and Madewell also leaving.
Is that the Cheesecake Factory? Oh, shout out to the Cheesecake. Fogo de Chao. Oh, Lord. So everybody, Louis and Castro Mastros Pastros, and Gucci Fucci Pucci and Lucci said, y'all can kiss my ass. I'm the fuck on up out of here. Now, why would Gucci Fucci Pucci and Lucci leave if everything was everything, Bueller? Why would Castros, Pastros, and Mastros get the hell on up out of there if everything was all good in the hood? But now, when Apple wants to leave, it's a problem. I feel like they got a new CEO. I got to look into that. I know they got a new CEO. Rest in peace to I forget his name, but Tim Cook is on his way out if he ain't out already. Anyway, so not a problem when they leave. Not a problem when the high-end luxury people leave. Because, child, people that spend that type of money ain't gonna come around no bullshit. People that can go to Gucci, Fucci, Pucci, and Lucci are not gonna go around no fucking foolishness where people are random. A bunch of your gremlin ass kids is going there and acting like they ain't got sense God gave them, and people out there stealing and taking shit and with no regard to anyone else. We about to get into crime is down. Now the problem is Apple. There's always a bunch of people. Have y'all ever been to an Apple store, wherever it is, and there hasn't been a bunch of people in there, Bueller? The only reason Apple ain't got a bunch of people in there is closed. The only way Apple does, shout out to Apple though. That stock does great for me. Anyway, the only time you see an Apple store closed is when, not crowded, is when it's closed. John Timus, I hope you don't run Temu, but thank you, boo. John Timus is the new CEO.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay, shout out to John Timus. Keep making that shit go higher, all right? Keep making that shit go higher. That's all I care about. Thank you for the information. Shout out to all my hoes. Shout out to JP. We don't need no TGIF streams. I don't need your bullshit. That's what I don't need. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Here's staple stores such as Banana Republic, Tommy Bahama, and Madewell also leaving. It begs the question, who's next and why are they leaving? In a statement, Apple, pointing to the departure of several other retailers and declining conditions. It's a shift we're seeing mirrored in malls across the
declining conditions. I wonder what that means.
Country, with online shopping changing consumer habits. But Basu argues not all shopping centers are at a crossroads.
I don't know if people are familiar with the area called Cross Keys, but that shopping center is alive and well with new restaurants, new stores, and a lot of spending power headed there. And so this is more than just about shifting shopping patterns. I think this has a lot to do with Towson Town Center and maybe Towson itself, the perception that it is not safe, and especially in the evenings.
In recent years, from robberies to large gatherings leading to fights, crime concerns in...
Wait, what? Girl, what? Hold on. What'd she say?
Especially in the evenings.
In recent years, from robberies to large gatherings leading to fights, crime concerns in and around the mall mounting. Just 5 months of robberies to large...
And maybe Towson itself, the perception that it is not safe, and especially in the evenings.
In recent years, from robberies to large gatherings leading to fights, crime concerns in and around the mall mounting. Just 5 months ago.
No. Somebody is lying. This is racist. You know, this is Fox 45, if I'm not mistaken. This got to be racist. There is no way. There is just no way. Good morning, Boo. Shout out to Ashley Foot Productions. Thank you so much. He said, you want to learn to run a city like the Baltimore mayor? Sign up to Ashley School of City Administration. With my teachings, you can get rich. I mean, run a city for the people like Brandon. Unlike Umar, my school exists. I'm signing up. Put that book out. I'm signing up for show. Shout out to Ashley Foot Productions. Shout out to you, Boo. Appreciate you. Not crime, not eroding or conditions going down. What?
Gatherings leading to fights, crime concerns in and around the mall mounting. Just 5 months ago. A 15-year-old accused of stabbing another teen with a screwdriver at the bottom of an escalator. One of several incidents leaving shoppers on edge.
I think it's sad that something like that will happen in the mall.
My reaction is to stay away, avoid it at all costs until they can figure out what's going on.
Unfortunately, a lot of these young teenagers, coming in and certainly intimidating the local businesses.
I'm very worried about Towson Town Center. I want it to thrive. I want it to be an amenity for our community, but it's very much in decline right now.
In decline, but at least for now, the door's still open. The mall has yet to address what could replace the Apple Store, although unless public safety is addressed, Basu among those fearing more closures to come.
This is Fox being racist, child. Fox is being racist right now.
In Towson, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45.
All right, Rebecca, shout out to you for the information, child. Still racist, but I'm just saying. Let's see, what else? Let's go over here. Glen Burnie shooting leaves man deceased after fight. This was only 4 days ago.
Arundel County Police say that they've arrested a man in connection to a deadly shooting in Glen Burnie last night. Around 9:15, officers went to Annapolis Boulevard for a shooting, and that's where they found a 27-year-old man that was shot. He was taken to a hospital, and that's where he later died. Police say the suspect, a 32-year-old man, stayed at the scene and was arrested and charged. According to police, the shooting happened after some sort of fight there.
There's a lot of fighting going on around here. Not just in Baltimore, just period, child. What in the hell is going on? You know what? I'm sorry. Let me go to this SPLC stuff. And I'm gonna let Amala talk to it. I had Actual Justice Warrior, but I was like, let me go over to her. We haven't listened to her in a while. So shout out to Amala. 2.49 million thus far on the tube, child. Yeah, that's right. And summer ain't even here yet. They've been wilding all the time. Anyway, let's go ahead and hear what she got to say.
Guys, this story is insane. The FBI is alleging that a huge left-leaning organization has been funneling money to white supremacist groups like the KKK to stage
not a left-wing organization that's racist. Is Joe Biden a part of this? Oh yeah, he not racist. The creator of the crime bill is not racist.
hate crimes and hate events, and then they're running their organization claiming to be fighting those white supremacist groups. And guess what the tea is? I've been in meetings with this particular organization, so let's talk about it. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Today we're talking about Southern Poverty Law Center. Okay, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Southern Poverty Law Center, they are a 501c3 organization, and what that means is they're essentially tax exempt for the work that they do. And we're gonna head over to Wikipedia.
Everybody that's tax exempt seems to be a little corrupted, allegedly. There's a lot of bullshit going on.
Yeah, to get like a foundational view of what this.
I don't feel like I hear a lot of people talking about this though. Is The View talking about? I don't watch that shit. But I'm sure I would have seen BCP say something about it. The View and CNN and all those people. I guess this is okay though, because as long as it's democratic, it's okay.
Nonprofit does. So they're based in civil rights and public interest litigation. And what their real claim to fame is fighting legal cases against white supremacist groups. And they classify hate groups and hate events. So if you go to the Southern Poverty Law Center website, let's say, they will have this whole hate watch, hate map thing that they create, which is essentially.
Oh, that's where all the hate is? Oh, Lord. Is that Pennsylvania got a lot of hate up there? Delaware, Jersey, New York. Oh, we got a lot of hate up here on the northern East Coast, child. We got more than Florida. What's up with that? We got more than Texas. What's up with that? That ain't right. Shout out to the hate map. What kind of mess? JP, take the chick off. She ain't talking about it. Anyway.
Essentially a map of the United States, and there's all these little pinpoints all over it for different white supremacist groups that are congregating in different areas. They'll classify things like the KKK or the Proud Boys when different hate events or hate crimes take place. Guess what you'll get? A little pinpoint on their map, and they'll detail and track, allegedly, everything that's going on with these groups. And you go to their about pages, it says a history of protecting society's most vulnerable. Okay, which is really interesting. Now, we're going to get into this indictment from the FBI, where they essentially say Southern Poverty Law Center has actually been funneling money to white supremacist groups, the very groups that they're claiming to track and fight with their hate watching.
We're here today is to announce what the general just told you. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a massive sweeping indictment, has been charged with allegations of fraud and using the banking system to perpetrate that fraud. I just want to talk about a couple of brief things here. The Southern Poverty Law Center themselves advertise to raise money to dismantle violent extremist groups for a period of at least a decade. They use their donor network to raise money to purportedly dismantle violent extremist groups. However, the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center, used the money they raised from their donor network to actually pay the leadership of these very groups. I just want to say that again. They used the fraudulently raised money by lying to their donor network, thousands of Americans, to go ahead and actually pay the leadership of these supposed violent extremists.
Yeah, I think that does need to be said. Again, they used their donor money to pay.
So y'all gave them the money, and then they took the money and they gave it back to the KKK and the Proud Boys and all those other things. Oh, nice. Oh, Rolly said it was lies? Did he do that recently? Because we can watch him too. Of course he's going to defend that. Of course he's going to defend that. Interesting.
The leaders of these alleged hate groups and white supremacist groups. And you guys know I was a former leftist. You see my little black power fist I got tattooed on when I was, 16, 17, whatever. I was in these spaces, of course. I was working as a student organizer fresh out of high school. And the organization that I would work for would have meetings with none other than the Southern Poverty Law Center. And on these meetings, they would have organizers and people who worked for SPLC come on and display these PowerPoints of their alleged hate group maps where they track all the different white supremacy events that were taking place, all the different groups that were congregating. Now, I lived in the state of Florida at the time. So the state of Florida was apparently rife with white supremacy groups and all these individuals that were congregating because they hated black people or...
Well, the NAACP did say that your colors should not go to Florida. Do not go to Florida. There's a lot of racism down there, all right? Stay out of there, all right?
Jewish people, or, whatever the case may be. The list was lengthy and long, and all the different hate events that were taking place and the hate crimes that were taking place was also lengthy, long. Now, come to find out, they were allegedly funneling money to many of these groups, which of course creates this nice little cycle where a ton of white supremacists keep popping up and Southern Poverty Law Center gets to do their little hate watch and track these events in an attempt to dismantle these groups. In past videos where I've said the demand for racism is so much larger than the supply, this is exactly what I mean. This is an organization that is fueled by the idea that there is white supremacy all throughout this nation, all throughout the United States. And in order to keep running that organization, you need the racism, you need the bigotry. And when they didn't have it, they were allegedly using donor money just money given by well-meaning people who were trying to fight these causes. They were using that money to actually fund white supremacists.
Let me see. I wonder why. I don't know. I'm just figuring this out. I'm just listening to this story. Okay. But this is what I would think. Let's go ahead and get this money and give it to them so that they can have rallies or whatever. And then the people will see it, specifically the Black people. They'll get all riled up. They'll think that they are in danger, and then they will vote for us. So that would make sense that Rowley would defend it because he got to keep y'all in line. That's why he's out here calling y'all names, because y'all trying to act like you trying to run away, but he's trying to pull y'all back in. Now, I'm not saying has anything to do with this SPLC stuff, but for him to find a way to defend it, of course, because him and Al already talking about y'all, because he said, y'all gonna get back here and you're gonna vote the way we tell you to, because we need to continue to make money. Because we said so. And y'all need to stay your asses right down here, because y'all ain't a part of this. And we're going to tell you what's best for y'all. And that you got to worry about racism every day. Now, looking at that map, it, like I said, it just looks like it's everywhere. So what are we supposed to do? Go to the white spots on the map? Is that well, let me rephrase. What y'all supposed to do? Go to the white spaces on the map? I'm just asking questions, y'all. Because this sounds pretty crazy right now. You're white and you wouldn't go to Florida either? All right, well, I'm Black and I go to Florida, and I ain't gonna stop going to Florida because ain't nobody doing nothing to me. Shout out to JP, said Funky AI ain't been on here trolling in a bit. Anyway, come on, child.
And hate groups. Demand meets supply. Let's keep watching.
Groups. The groups, as the general laid out, include the Ku Klux Klan, the United Klans of America, Unite to Right, National Alliance, the National Socialist Movement, the Aryan Nation Motorcycle Club, and the National Socialist Party of America, and also the American Front. In at least one of
the National Socialist Party of America. I ain't even never heard of that before. Sounds good. Sounds good. Come on, chat.
Of these matters, our investigation revealed that funds were used to facilitate the commission of further state and federal offenses, totaling over $3 million. Furthermore, our investigation revealed that the Southern Poverty Law Center, on top of perpetuating this widespread, decade-long, multi-million-dollar fraud, conducted more criminal activity.
I'm sure this is Donald Trump's fault somehow.
They attempted to hide their criminal activity from our financial banking network. They set up shell companies and entities around America so that the financial institutions that we rely on as everyday Americans were deceived in believing that money was not coming from the Southern Poverty Law Center in the perpetration of this scheme and fraud, but rather fictitious entities they stood up to perpetuate this ongoing fraud. This is a serious and egregious violation of a group that purported to dismantle violent extremist groups, but in turn actually only fueled the hatred.
Which is so insane to me, because as a leftist organizer at the time, I fell hook, line, and sinker for everything Southern Poverty Law Center had to say. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is mortifying, but it's also terrifying that there is an organization that is willing to do this. When you think about
it's might be terrified. I got it, Lawrence. Thank you. It might be terrifying, I guess, to know that this is going on. But one, it's not a surprise, because two, this goes along with the same thing that they're doing with regard to the violence and the alleged violence prevention programs where the violence never ends. Just keep funneling money into it. And they said, oh, we're going to do something. We're going to help. We're going to do something. We're going to help. Somebody getting paid off of it. And you can't continue to be a violence prevention provider if there's no violence. So are they really trying to kick the violence? I know it's Donald Trump's fault. Come on, child.
Like the hate crime hoaxes or the people who make this shit up because it becomes a huge story, or they can paint themselves as the victim. Oftentimes we don't think about it going this far, but now just listen to what you just heard from Kash Patel, and people have sort of laid out a lot of where this money has gone. And he mentioned it briefly in the video there. The National Alliance affiliate, which these are extremist groups that this money has been funded.
Let me see. Google is our friend. National Alliance Group. Never heard of it. Based on the research results, National Alliance Group most prominently refers to a white supremacist neo-Nazi organization founded in the 70s. However, there are also several legitimate unrelated organizations with similar names: National Alliance of Healthcare Purchaser Coalitions and National Alliance for Hispanic Health. Damn. So they could be up in any old thing. The group is known for promoting white supremacy, neo-Nazism, and anti-Semitic beliefs with a goal of creating a white living space. Founder William Pierce wrote The Turner Diaries, a novel that has inspired various violent extremist acts, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, including the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. Following Pierce's death in 2002, the organization went into severe decline due to internal infighting and splinter groups, according to the ADL. While it still exists, it's considered a much weakened small organization in the 2020s, according to the Connecticut ADL. What's another one? Well, the rest of them I've heard of. Oh no, American Front President and Felon. American Front and President Felon. What the hell? Wrote that wrong. President and Felon. It just brings up Donald Trump as a felon. American Front President and Felon. All right, that one don't come up. It keeps referring to Donald Trump. All right. All right. Anyway, come on.
Tunnel 2 paid $1 million plus. The Aryan Nations affiliate, $300K plus. Unite the Right members, $270K plus. Former National Alliance chairman, $140K plus. Former KKK members, $73K plus. The American Front President and Felon, $19K plus. Okay. So these people who are claiming to be fighting these things are literally sending hundreds of thousands, up to millions of dollars to these extremist groups, to these ideas, and to what we later get labeled as hate events and hate crimes, which means that really the Southern Poverty Law Center, if what is alleged is true, is one of the largest funders probably in this country of American hates or like extremist groups. Just really think about that. Oh my gosh.
This is an important case brought by President Trump's administration. We're thankful to the president for his leadership and funding of not just the FBI and DOJ, but his commitment to go out there and wipe out fraud and conspiracy and waste and abuse wherever it occurs, including the Southern Poverty Law Center. Even though this money was made to appear to be coming from legitimate people and legitimate entities, we at the FBI, with our great partners at the Department of Justice and in the state of Alabama, were able to comb through a decade worth of material, a scheme that took a decade to build, so that we were able to follow the money, because money never lies, and they got caught. As the Attorney General said, these charges are varying. They are widespread and wide-ranging, and this investigation is very much ongoing. Today, we're here to announce the charges of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this investigation and the individuals who are responsible will be brought to justice.
And I'm so very interested to see what else is unearthed through the entirety of this investigation, to see if legitimately everything that was alleged is true. And this goes so much further than just, they were just funneling money to the hate and then creating a scam based off of that. When you think about it, it's a 501c3 organization, which means they have a special tax status. So they're not getting taxed the same as the rest of us or the rest of these other organizations that are working on different political fronts and are working on different issues. So think about what that means. There's also this in the indictment, okay? F-37 was a member of the online leadership chat group that planned the 2017 Unite the Right event in Charlottesville. You guys remember Charlottesville? Okay, that was a huge white supremacist event with the torches and the white men and the, oh my gosh, what a scary event.
Yeah, ooh, got a lot of people in line now, didn't it? Look what they do. Oh my God. Yes, I do remember this. Look at this white man down here. Child, if you don't get some help.
And attended the event at the direction of the SPLC. F-37 made racist postings under the supervision of the SPLC and helped coordinate transportation to the event for several attendees. Between 2015 and 2023, the SPLC secretly paid F-37 more than $270,000. So Charlottesville was this huge political moment in this country where people said that the biggest threat to the United States right now is white supremacy, white nationalism. Just look at these white men out with their tiki torches at Charlottesville. Now we're coming to find that the Southern Poverty Law Center allegedly paid $270,000 to an individual who was behind some of the racist postings that were involved in Charlottesville and was also involved in the coordination of the very event itself. Now, here's a video of, our former president, Joe Biden, talking about how Charlottesville was really the catalyst for him wanting to run for president in the first place.
I ran for president in 2020 because of what I saw in Charlottesville in August of 2017. Extremists coming out of the woods, carrying torches.
Yeah, getting you blacks all riled up. It all makes sense. It all comes together now. You can forget all about the crime bill when you think about Charlottesville.
Their veins bulging from their necks, carrying Nazi swastikas. They're chanting the same exact anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early 30s. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan. So emboldened.
Toss all the names out there. Now tell me that ain't getting black people all, oh my God, we gotta vote for Joe.
By a president then in the White House that they saw as an ally.
Come to find out their ally was allegedly Southern Poverty Law Center, a huge leftist organization. The leftists are actually funding the white supremacists, the Nazis.
The SPLC was supporter of Cam. Oh no. Oh no. It all comes together now.
White nationalists. The Charlottesville Tiki Torch hold.
All right. Thank you, Amala. But let me go to Rolly. Shout out to Lawrence for sending this. Trump DOJ indicts Southern Poverty Law Center, government weaponized against civil rights group. Child, pray for me with this. Lord help you people.
Some breaking news that just came down. The Southern Poverty Law Center has just been indicted by the Trump Justice Department. Now, this is something that we were going to be covering anyway. This is a Montgomery-based civil rights group, as you know. And just to catch you up a little bit in terms of what happened before.
Oh, it's a civil rights group. Okay, girl, talk to me.
In a video message that was posted online, the center CEO, Brian Fair, he's already said that he believed that this was coming. He believed that federal investigators were preparing to take legal action against some of his employees, stemming from their use of paid confidential sources to infiltrate and report on violent white supremacists and other extremist groups. And he vowed that the group would not be intimidated or silenced. Well, now the Department of Justice, as I just told you, this is breaking news. The Southern Poverty Law Center says that they have just been indicted. Let's hear a little bit of a soundbite from Brian Fair, the CEO.
For 55 years, the Southern Poverty Law Center has stood as a beacon of hope, fighting white supremacy and various forms of injustice.
No, I ain't got to show you this because she put it in here. I was about to show y'all this.
To create a multiracial democracy where we can all live and thrive. We are therefore unsurprised to be the latest organization targeted by this administration. They have made no secret of who they want to protect and who they want to destroy.
Of course. Sorry, y'all, I got to eat. In other words, blame Donald Trump.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Go, you're being a racist! Racist!
So, no matter what is brought to the face of black people, that's all I'm talking to right now. Shout out to everybody that is here. No matter what is brought to y'all, no matter what is said, no matter what is proven, no matter what has legs to it, y'all are always going to make an excuse to say that it's something else other than what it is until it affects you personally. Then you'll turn around and say, what happened? What happened? Because this is what I'm seeing. Nothing is what it is.
This is amazing.
It's racist every single time. Every single time it's just racist. No one is going to look at it that way because you get Joe Biden saying what he said at the time. Clearly that thing in Charlottesville was a big deal. I remember. And it was used to say, it's all this racism, chat. It's all this racism, chat. Sounds pretty perfect. Timely. I'm your savior, coloreds. Joe Biden. I'm your savior, coloreds. Now, I ain't give you shit, but I'm your savior, coloreds. Vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. Cam. Vote for me, vote for me. I'm your savior. Donald Trump is racist. Donald Trump is racist. All white people are racist. I told y'all that. Just all white people are racist. So y'all saying Joe Biden wasn't racist, the creator of the crime bill? See, that's how they got over the creator of the crime bill. Allegedly, okay? That's how everybody got over that because he was talking about Charlottesville. And that was much closer thing that black people could relate to. They forgot all about the crime bill. This makes sense. But Charlottesville, oh my God, you see they had torches and they were angry and they was mad. Child, but I thought y'all was not your ancestors. I thought y'all was ready to do the damn thing if necessary. Because y'all definitely doing the damn things in the community. But when it comes to white people and people like the people from Charlottesville, now all of a sudden, nothing? Now you got to be scared that you're going to vote for Joe Biden, the creator of the crime bill, that mass incarcerated how many black men and destroyed the black family and put all the crack in the neighborhoods and all this other shit that y'all say that happened? That you was crying about forever? But then you want to put him back in, and then you put him in, then you wanted to put him back in, regardless of the fact that he didn't even look like he was there. Child, he barely looked like he was there just now. But y'all wanted to make sure that you could put him back in there. I guess maybe that's your level of racism or white supremacy that you could take. I know y'all don't believe that Joe Biden is racist now because he saved y'all from Charlottesville. That's what happened. And used, allegedly, the SPLC to help you get there. That's nice. That was cool. That was nice of him. He just directed y'all to the right way. The right way to go. Nice. So now, allegedly, they've been paying the same people that's been scaring y'all. This is y'all's group. This is who y'all depend on. I never heard of these people until yesterday. These are y'all's people. They love you. They love you. You know, make sure they get that money on out there to those people. Just like when they said that the people were paying money to the TikTokers for the election. Y'all remember that? They're paying money to the TikTokers. I guess y'all didn't believe that either. Because it's much easier to believe whatever doesn't require you to do or look into anything or do some actual work. And that's why Black people are at the same place and will stay at the same place, because while it's a lot of running off at the mouth, there's no really doing anything. It's just running off at the mouth. It's the same old, as long as you get this.
I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Which helps, improves, and does absolutely nothing. But it excites y'all so much. Sorry, y'all. I gotta eat. But it excites y'all so much, then that's why y'all love Jasmine Crockett. That's why y'all love Jasmine Crockett. Anyway, this is wild, y'all. This is wild. Thank you, Chris. He said, not only that messy, but they edited what Trump said in Charlottesville too. When you watch the whole clip, he denounced racist, but that was left out. I actually did see that. Yep, absolutely. But people are not going to look at anything. They're going to go to the blogs. They're going to listen to Rolly and Rolly and the crew, because they think those people care about them. And if you ain't one of these, they don't give a damn about you. They just need you to get them to where they need to be. We already know this, to get what they want, what they need, and to continue for them to get rich. Even though it's so racist here, you can't get anything, but they seem to be able to get it. All this racism in 2026 that's holding y'all back ain't holding them. They seemingly able to get it. They can get it, but you can't. All right. Whatever y'all say.
For example, in October, FBI Director Kash Patel announced the Bureau would sever its ties with the SPLC. And in December, House Republicans held a hearing to accuse us of being partisan and profitable. The latest threat is the most serious: a criminal investigation and possible charges against the SPLC or some of our employees. Although we don't know all the details, the focus appears to be on the SPLC's prior use of paid confidential informants to gather credible intelligence on extremely violent groups. This use of informants necessary because we are no stranger to threats of violence. In 1983, our offices were firebombed, and in the years since, there have been countless credible threats against our staff. For decades, we engaged in unprecedented litigation to dismantle the Klan and other hate groups. In light of that work, we sought to protect the safety of our staff and the public. We frequently shared what we learned from informants with local and federal law enforcement, including the FBI. We did not, however, share our use of informants broadly with anyone to protect the identity and safety of the informants and their families. And while we no longer work with paid informants, we continue to take their safety seriously. These individuals risked their lives to infiltrate and inform on the activities of our nation's most radical and violent extremist groups. When we began working with informants, we were living in the shadow of the height of the civil rights movement, which had seen bombings at churches, state-sponsored violence against demonstrators, and the murders of activists that went unanswered by the justice system. There's no question that what we learned from informants saved lives. Today, the federal government has been weaponized to dismantle the rights of our nation's most vulnerable people, and any organization like ours that tries to stand in the breach. We stood in the vanguard then, and we stand in the vanguard today. We will not be intimidated into silence or contrition, and we will not abandon our mission or the communities we serve. This moment in history finds Americans in a critical struggle between those who continue to pull and bend the arc of history toward justice and those who resist progress. We will vigorously defend ourselves, our staff, and our work. We will continue to fight hate, and we will continue to seek a safer and more just world. We trust that the many people and organizations who share our commitment to defending civil society will stand with us as together we fight injustice. Thank you.
All right, so this was a group that was founded in 1971. It started out and they had many, many lawsuits and represented.
Shout out to Generation X 1971 and shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much, as usual. Appreciate you, hon. Thank you so much. He said, Auntie, also keep in mind the community will still back these organizations despite the evidence coming out about their champion organizations. And leaders are in collusion with terrorist orgs, but will cancel you and I for not staying in line and leaving the plantation. Yeah, absolutely. We already know, right? And they can stay there and have the fuck at it. And then they can stay over there with Doogie in Baltimore and Brandon in Chicago and continue to suffer and continue to stay in the same place. Nothing ever changes and just say it's somebody else's fault when it's absolutely theirs for not even listening, not even taking the opportunity and the time to listen. And I'm saying not to what you're used to a different viewpoint. Because people typically do not, I'm talking about Black people, listen to anybody outside of what they know. That's why CNN and The View and Rowley and them, that's why they got so many people, because they're never going to listen to anything else because, you know, anybody else is racist. Fox is racist. Probably Australian News is racist. And, you know, we ain't shit. You know, we ain't shit. Nobody talking on YouTube. We ain't shit. We don't know shit. You can't talk to Fox 45 Baltimore because that means that they're racist. That's why I've been saying this for how long? For years. You're making racism mean absolutely nothing because everything cannot be racist. But Black people want to be determined to make everything racist. Cool. Have the fuck at it. When your shit don't get taken care of, you blame nobody but your damn self. But we know they're going to blame racists. Like, it's just dumb when you think about it. It's just dummism. That's why we got dummism when you think about it. They will not come out of their fucking brain to look at anything any other way. That's insanity, if you ask me. Complete and utter insanity. You revote Doogie back in, then you complain the day after. Insanity. Your taxes get increased, mostly Black people, in a Black town of Chicago by your Black ass mayor. You go and stand in front of the Trump building like he did something to you. So it wasn't your Black ass mayor or your Fred Flintstone governor. It was Donald Trump all the way in Washington, D.C. And then those people are also fighting for immigrants to stay. And guess where they're going to stay? Like y'all don't ever already know. And y'all still willing to fight. I'm telling you, they just don't see that they're fucking being led and trying to get them to be scared. You know, Black people ain't scared. You ain't scared. Well, child, then I don't understand. I can't. It's ridiculous. And then you have the ignorant, like another one that just this is one right here, cannot listen to anything other than what they want to hear because that's what makes them feel good. So if they hear something they don't like, then they attack, which is what this is right here. Dummism all throughout the Black community, because the only thing that they can ever see is Rowley and the crew and Democrats. That's it. Be in the same position, the same struggles, the same issues, but they know the right thing to do. Refuse to see, unless we not forget that enough of these people are tethers. Enough of these people that are telling the FBAs and the ADOSs what to do are tethers, and they still gonna listen to them. But then we'll be out here talking about what somebody who ain't FBA, I'm B1 and all that bullshit, pro-Black, and don't even realize the motherfuckers that are talking to you are fucking tethers. But that's why I don't care. So go ahead and do what y'all want. We'll just sit here and watch because it will get proven over and over and over again. Eventually, that you're doing this to yourself, just like with Baltimore. We said this. If they go and reelect Doogie, they would be dumb That's dummism. And what did they do? Re-elect Doogie. Now you got a whole investigation that he's trying to block. Why is he wasting y'all's money blocking oversight? So he don't get oversight because what? He's black? He's the fucking mayor. It's not his money. Y'all don't even realize that is your money that's being spent. Y'all don't even care. Y'all don't even care. Fine, fuck it. Trust him. Why would he send redacted information to that damn lady? Because something is being hidden, just like with Trayon. Let me go ahead and bring it up, child, because we sit up here and we look at shit. All y'all got is name calling. All y'all got is name calling. I don't know where that's going to get y'all, but instead of looking into shit and seeing what's going on, just like with Trayon, arrested. They went and reelected him again. On tape, mind you, skimming off the top, taking money from the violence prevention. Violence prevention. It doesn't behoove them to get rid of the violence. That affects who? The colored community the most. And we have seen so much happen over the last few weeks, right? So much crime over the last few weeks. We could have crime is down every single day. Every single day.
For the tip.
And yet, the only things that can come out of ignorant MFers' mouths, the colored community, is Donald Trump and your... So let me help y'all out so you could be more mad and show your ignorance, okay? The only thing that y'all can ever say is focus on Donald Trump. So before Trump, let's take him the fuck on up out of here. He only been here a year and a half. Yeah, he was here before. So what was magically done with your lives when you had 4 years of Joe Biden and Cam? Bueller? Did y'all get your reparations, Bueller? Excuse me. Did Gavin Newsom, as he always keeps saying, I'm gonna give you gonna get reparations. And then what does he do to y'all? Same shit, different day. Then they will go ahead and believe in it when he says it again. We're gonna give you your reparations. Yay! What happens? Same shit. Here he come again. Maybe it's not even necessarily Gavin at this point, but it's whoever it is in California. We're gonna give you some reparations. Child, as much as y'all pay in fucking taxes and high ass prices, I could never live in California, child. I don't even like it. I really don't even like it. I don't even know how y'all can stand it. To each his own. Probably because they give you free shit. We like free stuff. Oh, come on now. Hold on. I don't even know how I could forget.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the call saying you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? The tools, any other eviction.
I know. That's how that works. We like free stuff. I know. Then you'll be upset, like when they had the food stamp thing going on, whatever it was. Oh, the government shut down in November. And they had to come out and say, we are not the face of food stamps. Y'all was out here running off at the mouth about it. Just shut the fuck up and do what you got to do. The key is to be able to take care of yourself. But in one breath, it's no kings, no kings, no kings. In the next breath, it's we want you to give us. We like free stuff. Y'all don't see that because you don't want to see it. Joe Biden didn't give y'all shit, but a bunch of bullshit. And like Kev said, Obama gave y'all LGBT, ABCDs. That's why there's ABCDs everywhere. I don't give a damn about ABCDs, but I don't need that shit pushed on me. I don't want somebody to say, that because I don't want to see it in my face and in my grandchildren's school, that don't mean that I have any ism. That means they don't need to hear any of that. But y'all want that shit in the schools. Y'all Democrats support that shit. Y'all want books to be read in the schools. Y'all want your kids to learn how to F at young ass ages, to watch men dressed as women. Why don't we ever see women dressed as men? Why don't we ever see women dressed as men? I don't never see that. It's always men dressed as women. That's what y'all like? Yeah, that's what it is. The drag story hour. Y'all think that shit is important? Y'all think that shit is cute? Y'all think that pushes the black people along? How does that help you, coloreds, Bueller? How does that help y'all at all? I mean, I guess it does because y'all support that shit. Let's not even get into the illegals of which we watched come over the border, rush the hell on up in here, and Joe Biden allowed it. We sat there and we watched that shit. And then Donald Trump says he's going to get them out, and then y'all want to stop that shit. And who is it going to affect if they stay? More so than anyone who's always disproportionately affected happens to be black people. Where do you think they're going to be put at? We watch the videos where the white people say, yeah, stay. Oh yeah, we're going to put them in your neighborhood. No. Guess where they going? Guess where they going to be at? They ain't going to be on Rodeo Drive, I tell you that. They ain't going to be in Beverly Hills. They're going to be around Compton or something like that. Wherever, what is her name? Child, Maxie, 86 years old. That's where they're going to be, wherever she running shit. Down there where James Clyburn, I think it was, helped Joe Biden get your colors in line. And y'all went and voted for him. And he says, I don't need nothing, sir, because I was just happy that he elected. You know why? Because he's in fucking Boulé. He was taken care of. All these Boulé people are going to be taken care of. There always are. That's why they push you colors to do what they want you to do. You don't need no damn reparations. What y'all talking about? You don't need no damn grocery stores. What you talking about? All the shit that y'all complain about, but then miraculously, Joe Biden is around and everything is everything. The only time it's a problem now is if Donald Trump is around. Everything is wrong. Oh, okay, because prices wasn't high beforehand, right? Y'all was sitting right up here talking about the eggs is high, the milk is high, we can't afford a thing, but y'all certainly traveling. Y'all certainly out here spending $1 trillion. If the prices are so bad, how y'all spending $1 trillion for Valentine's Day? $1 trillion for Christmas? I need those food stamps or I'm not going to be able to have a Thanksgiving. What? You mean to tell me you ain't got no money at all? You do realize it's a supplemental program, which means you're supposed to bring something with you. You're supposed to add to it. I know y'all don't like to know what words mean, but you got that expensive ass phone in your hand that y'all can afford, and you can't use the dictionary portion of it. You can't use the dictionary portion of it. Oh, okay. But somebody's supposed to follow y'all? You're the ones that are ignorant. You're the ones that don't know what you're talking about. You're the ones that won't look because you listen to fucking people like Whoopi fucking Goldberg. You don't listen to that heifer while she was out here fucking Ted Danson and all the other men that she set up here talking about that she's just fucks them on the side just because. That's who y'all listen to? But that's okay because the colors love Sexy Red and Sukihana. Yo, I heard Sukihana was pregnant, y'all. Why? See, this is what coloreds do. See, we already know this is what coloreds do. Oh, you got to make your money. Well, what the fuck you think these niggas is doing? You got to get your YouTube check, and I will. But what do you think these niggas are doing? What do you think Rolly and the rest of them on YouTube are doing? They not saying the same thing as me, but they definitely getting a YouTube check. Only colors be upset with other colors for making money legally. The only people that are upset that black people make money are other black people. Child, tell Joe Rogan, I'm trying to make Joe Rogan money. How about that? How about Joe Rogan? Bring me on there, bruh. Okay? Hell, Shannon Sharp. Shannon, he messed his shit up. This is just like Roland sitting up here talking about all these dumbass YouTubers. Nigga, you a YouTuber. What are we talking about? Just saying the dumbest of the dumbest things. Y'all really think you be saying something. Black people, the only people that's trying to take people down for making money. But then won't go out there in that community and do anything about what's hurting the community. Did with your ignorant ass, did anybody go down there and help that lady who got beat up by them kids? Don't think I forgot about that because I didn't. Did any of y'all go down there to Louisiana for the Shreveport 8, where the white Republican governor and his wife took care of those funerals? Where you colors at? I ain't seen a one. Anybody seen anything yet, Bueller? Not a one. Not a one. Why you over here talking shit about YouTube? Every person that y'all even are following is here on fucking YouTube. But they shouldn't be on YouTube, actually, Mr. Know Everything, because YouTube donates to the Republican Party, which means that they donate to Donald Trump, which means that they donate to MAGA, according to the way that y'all think. So why you on YouTube? Why is Rolly still on YouTube? Why is Joy Reid on YouTube? Why is Touré on YouTube? Why is Touré one of your favorite black pro-blacks telling white people they can say the N-word hard ER? Explain that since you got so much mouth. Help me understand. Are they getting a YouTube check since they're on YouTube? Are they getting a YouTube check since they are on YouTube? But it's okay for those blacks, just not this black, because it's not what you want to hear, because y'all don't want to hear the truth. You would rather follow blindly behind niggas that don't give a fuck about y'all one way or the other, and all they care about is them and what they fucking getting. And I don't feel bad about none of y'all, especially y'all ignorant ass that says ignorant ass shit. Remember this also, Meta, which is Instagram and Facebook, donates to the Republican Party too. But you motherfuckers ain't giving none of that up either. So miss me with your fucking bullshit ass outrage.
Civil rights groups and civil rights did advocacy, but they eventually did start to infiltrate and watch Ku Klux Klan chapters and eventually had the Klan Watch Project. And so now here we are. And I think what's interesting is that they have had a long history of working with the Department of Justice, and they had a symbiotic relationship where they would exchange information that they thought was doing good for everybody. I want to start with you, Dr. Walker. What are your thoughts about this indictment when historically the government, the Department of Justice, has actually depended upon this organization to bring them credible information that ultimately would make people safer, especially during the civil rights movement?
We have to call this for what this is. And essentially what we're seeing from the federal government is utilizing old Jim Crow practices. So we're going back to...
Oh, it's old Jim Crow now, y'all. White supremacy, discrimination, racism, Jim Crow, Anton, Donald Trump. What else is it? What else is it? It can't ever be, we have to look into this. We got to make sure that this isn't right. It's just straight, it's not right. It's just straight, it's not right. So look into nothing? Okay, got it.
Days of J. Edgar Hoover and other leaders in the FBI and various other federal and state agencies would attack any organization or fought for social justice. And like you talked about, the center's reputation is impeccable as it relates to infiltrating these the KKK and various other white supremacist organizations to ensure that they protect the lives primarily of black folks throughout the United States, but all Americans.
Oh, they're protecting black folks all over the United States. Did y'all even know? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all who knew. I never even knew this thing existed. Never, ever, ever until now.
And this is a 360-degree turn from what we just saw the Biden administration and other Republican, Bush Jr., Sr., other Republican administrations. And once again, these are Jim Crow tactics. And we have to...
Yes, let's just throw out Jim Crow tactics. That's what it is. It's a Jim Crow tactic, yeah.
People have to pay very close attention. I know we're going to talk about what's happening today in Virginia, but we've got to make sure when midterms come out that we vote and that we make sure that folks who are going to fight for racial justice have our back, and that these kind of blatant attacks to dismantle racial justice organizations doesn't happen.
Teresa, let me go.
I can't do this, y'all. I can't do this. These niggas won't even look into it. It's Jim Crow. I don't even know what the fuck that means. What the hell does that even mean? It's Jim Crow. It's Jim Crow. Is that an answer? Is that a fucking answer? So you're just gonna say, it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Okay. Just like with Doogie. It's not true. It's not true, child. I mean, trust what he says. Child, if Doogie said it's true, then it's true, child. That's it. That's it. I don't understand. I feel like nobody questions anything. Just run along. Go. What is it? Go. What does Kwame say? Kwame says, "Go get child." Whatever Kwame says. You know Kwame Brown. Shout out to Kwame Brown. Just go along to get along, child. Just listen to the same old people. Never listen to anyone else. Never listen to an opposing opinion. Never think outside of what the hell it is that you've always been. Because you know, Generation X, if you just do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I know you've heard that before, right? So if it works for them, of course they're going to continue to do this. Of course they're going to continue to do this. There's no question in the world that any of this could be true because, Jim Crow, my bad. Today is Jim Crow. The word of the day today, the phrase of the day today is Jim Crow, y'all. Oh my God, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Desperate using desperate tactics. Well, this has been going on a while, so I mean, this place has been, I mean, this country, this organization has been in effect since the early 70s, so they're not like new. I've never heard of them, but they're not new. But I don't think it's, you know, necessary to know them all. But anyway, I've had enough of these motherfuckers. Let me go look at some crime though, because child, we know that there's no such thing as crime, and you know, it's all because of the white media. Towson Mall vacancies are growing, y'all. This is as of a day ago. Towson Mall vacancies are growing as restaurant announces closure. Oh no.
They have to reinvent it. It's not going to work the old model that used to be.
Towson leaders say Wednesday, while the mall is not...
You know, she make a good point straight off the rip. You cannot use the same, damn, it's already on 1.5. You can't use the same old tactics thinking that anything is going to change. And yet people continue to use the same old tactics thinking something is going to change. Well, maybe you should do some changing. How about that? Do something differently? I guess that's just crazy talk.
Yet, on life support, change is clearly needed as Stony River Steakhouse becomes the latest in a series.
Ooh, that place is good too, y'all. This is amazing. I love this restaurant, y'all. Not here, but that's a good steakhouse. It ain't cheap either, y'all. It ain't cheap.
Series of closures.
I was really shocked because I've been there several times. An excellent restaurant. It's like everybody's disappearing.
Those with the restaurant say the decision comes after an evaluation of the market. We've learned all 68 employees will be laid off. They've been offered the opportunity to transfer to other locations.
I feel like there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of things that happen there. So I'm turned off, unfortunately.
Some blame the store exits on safety concerns, though leaders say...
Oh, y'all, I am sad and I hate myself. Y'all, I hate myself. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, I'm glad that Sheena came here to let me know that I hate myself, child. I don't know how I was dealing with my life all these damn years without her telling me that I hate myself. Thanks, girl. Thanks.
Crime is actually down from this time last year, while everyone agrees online shopping is another major culprit.
That is killing our communities.
To bring people back, shoppers say it'll take innovative ideas and new experiences.
If you keep things fresh and you keep things novel, like do like a carnival or a fair or some kind of thing like that, I think people would at least be intrigued enough.
Carnival or fair? Nah.
But just get their foot in the door, and then they'll see all the other staple shops that are always there.
Otherwise, leadership may step in.
We're going to come in all together and say, this is your responsibility. If you don't take care of it, it's not good for us, and you're not being a good community neighbor. So we expect that they're going to take that serious.
The chamber is focusing on what is working, they say, like Fogo de Chao, which replaced P.F. Chang's on the corner here. We did reach out to the mall owners, and they did not respond for our request.
Now, how long you think Fogo gonna stay? Now, how long y'all think Fogo is about to stay there? Fogo is on their way out at some point, I feel like. Allegedly. You know what? Let me, I gotta update the banner. Shout out to Chris, I appreciate you. He said we delete each other at the rate of 12,000 per year. Whose fault is that? Trump or Anton, one or the other. Who looks into that? The entire people lynched in American history is 3,700. I don't know, but I know that every daggone night there's always someone to report on. And like I said, we've been talking about all these men that have been deleting all these women, right? And it hasn't stopped. It has not stopped, right? But I guess, you know, on a political level, they don't want to look into it. Now, we know there's people here on YouTube that's talking about black femicide, but these people that supposedly love black people ain't looking into it, ain't getting no committee started on it, or near nothing like that, right? Is that not what they should be doing since they love black people so much? I guess not today. Maybe they got to deal with Jim Crow first. Did I change this over? Let me change this over to this story. Less youth program slots raise concerns of crime spike ahead of summer. Oh no, that can't be.
Is the city providing enough programs to keep young people out of trouble? With summer around the corner, that's the question being asked at a public safety hearing inside City Hall today. As Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor reports, new concerns are being raised over a spike in juvenile crime and a decline in resources.
We see it every year as temperatures rise. Typically, so does youth violence. But this year, as concerns grow, we're learning that the system meant to help keep kids safe and off the streets may be shrinking. As school lets out for the summer, there's always more free time for kids to find trouble. But this year, there may be even fewer options to keep them occupied at a time crime is already spiking. This spring, the city plagued by so-called teen link-ups. dirt bike disruptions.
They're terrorizing.
And countless arrests involving repeat offenders.
I don't like the fact that we're arresting more kids. That's the opposite direction I want to go.
I think there is continued frustration.
Today, inside City Hall, Councilman Mark Conway spearheading a special hearing asking, is the city doing enough to keep young people off the streets and out?
I just always find it amazing that no one ever talks about the parents. Ever. Never. Ever. Just need another program. Just need another program.
Out of harm's way.
We're losing the young people who need it most.
Conway presenting data finding the system is shrinking. In 2025, youth program capacity dropping by 5,000 spots. Programming for older adults ages 19 to 24 also dropping by 31%. And evening programming cut nearly in half.
And we know that demand already exceeded supply.
Youth program leaders pointing to federal funding cuts. To fill the gaps, they're turning to new initiatives such as city-run pool parties and midnight basketball. At the same time, they say,
Midnight bat. I'm about to choke. Midnight basketball, they think that's a solution. Midnight bat.
A curfew is also set to be enforced, requiring those under 14 to be home by 9 p.m. and ages 14 to 16 by 11 on weekends and 10 during the weekdays. Still, questions remain over declining resources.
Do we have projections yet? I'm sorry if I missed this. Do we have projections yet for...
Wait, declining resources, you're about to give him to Doogie, remember? All the money that he wants so he can hire 134 people. What you talking about? Y'all got money? Y'all got money.
the summer 26 total seats?
I don't think we have those numbers yet.
There was a lot of concern from the council and I think in general about like seeing the drop in seats. And so getting back on the direction of expansion is, I think, what I think probably everybody's hoping to see.
Ice, I came back to Baltimore on purpose because of the troll that said that we was lying about Baltimore. So I had to come back to Baltimore. Because people try to act like I guess like all this shit we just making up or something. Child, these people are saying it. Now I guess it's a lie now that they want to get some programs ahead of summer. Is that a lie too? They want to get some programs to allegedly help for the summertime. They already been wilding out, but I guess that's not true because it's Fox. Is this Fox? It might be Fox 45. And you know they racist. Jim Crow, child something. Any excuse. It's not true. Never mention a parent. Never mention a good mama. Yeah, none of that. Till they get into trouble, then she'll get on the stand and say, nah, my baby. We just be making it up.
Now, youth program leaders claim that many grant requests for this summer were just submitted, and they hope to have an update on how many available spots they'll have for summer programming by May. Reporting from outside of City Hall, Rebecca Pryor, Fox 45 News.
Gotta be racist, child. It's Fox. It's gotta be racist. Speaking of racist, let's talk about this racist in Houston. Shout out to Reaper. Houston police officer relieved of her duties after a viral video shows her allegedly saying racist remarks about black people. There's a effing reason you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than to almost said it, to effing steal. Oh no. I know you effing lying. This is ridiculous.
Slaves built the pyramids. Slaves built the Parthenon. Slaves built America. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Thank you. Slaves. Slaves, this is your song. Thank you.
We're done. We're done. We're finished.
I haven't heard what she said. I've heard about this story. Excuse me. I'm gonna play whatever this man about to say. Hopefully it works. And since everybody says the oppressor is racist anyway, I don't know why it's an issue. From what I understand, she's Hispanic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, her name is Ashley Gonzalez. Ashley Gonzalez, right? Most of the people that the colored community is trying to keep here are of Hispanic descent. And didn't they not vote for Jazzy down in Texas? But y'all fighting for those people to stay? Oh yeah, because of Donald Trump or Anton, but I'm thinking Donald Trump this time. So I guess y'all don't see that connection on how you participate in your own demise. So Ashley here, I'm gonna call her Ashley, is racist, but this should not be a surprise because all oppressors are racist. So now y'all outraged and you're upset for shit that you already know. So what is the outrage and the upsetness for? Should be none. But don't forget that she's seemingly Hispanic. And most of the people that crossed were Hispanic because they come from Mexico and on down. And y'all fighting for them to stay. Okay? Just remember that. Just remember that.
26 received a video today from a viewer who claims it shows a police officer using a racial slur time and time again. Fox 26's Karis Belger joining us in the studio.
She clearly didn't mean to hide it, or else she wouldn't have put it on the internet, right?
With more on those allegations, Karis.
Well, Anthony, the video is disturbing. Fox 26 received it from a viewer, as you said, alleging the woman in the video is Officer Ashley Gonzalez. Now, Houston police say they are aware of the video. While the department has not publicly confirmed Gonzalez is the woman seen in it, HPD says she's been relieved of duty as the investigation moves forward. Now, we're not showing you the full video.
But is she relieved of duty not to be able to be an oppressor anywhere else, or she just can't be an oppressor where you are?
But I can tell you the woman in it uses a racial slur to describe black people at least 5 times. The video was posted to an Instagram story, and in it the woman also describes an arrest and says she used that same word toward the person she was taking into custody. Now later the woman says she felt, quote, at peace being able to say it. After watching the video, Bishop James Dixon said he was shocked and disturbed by the
Fox 26 received a video.
The amount of times that I will always and forever say that I hate. Oh my God, I hate. Like, I hate y'all. Like, you, like, I don't. Oh, we were slaves this entire. I don't give a. Like, for a reason, you guys were slaves. You guys don't know anything better than a steal. Like, oh my fucking God. Like, I was literally eating food with my friend. He had his, oh my God, like, I don't know, por Dios, por gracias de Dios, I had my fucking wallet next to me, like my whole purse, and those, like, that little small ass decided not to steal my wallet. Oh my God, I would have grabbed my heel and like whooped the out of that ass. But like, whatever, right? Some other, but no homo or nothing. Y'all don't know how good it felt to say like out loud, like goddamn, like oh my God, I felt like I was back. The amount of times that I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like I kid you not, I don't know what the came over me. I grabbed that on the neck and I was like, come here, you. And oh my God, like I felt like the world just stopped. Like it was just peace. Like I don't know. And then he was just like even I in my head I was like, damn, because I called him a dog. Like imagine, I felt like I was back in the Marine Corps. Like,
Child, shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Ashley, child. That no one should be surprised by any of this. Nobody, because all the oppressors are racist anyway. But she definitely got a strong accent too. Y'all sitting up here fighting for people like Ashley to stay. Then Ashley get the benefits, her family get the benefits, and then y'all gonna be mad. Even though I don't understand why you would be mad if they getting benefits from the government and y'all saying that the government is a king because it's all based off of Donald Trump and you don't want no kings, then you shouldn't be mad that they want the king and that they getting the benefits. Does that make sense? So the illegals, asylum seekers, whatever y'all want to call them, that y'all are fighting to stay, and then they stay, and then they're getting all them benefits. Because remember in the beginning, they was mad because they had that large food stamp amount, and they was getting those welfare checks, and in New York, they was getting mopeds, money for mopeds. Y'all remember that? I know, we covered all that, right? So then everybody was mad that they was getting all this and all that. And oh my God, they was in the finest hotels. They kicked the veterans out. I know some people will say that we lying, but we sat there and we watched it all. So they kicked the veterans out and they said, now we need it. In the space where the tourists come to New York, they kicked them out and said, now we need it. And they made them front and center. So they put them up there and then they gave them all this and all that. And they was living the best life. They was living their best life. Then they said, you know what? Y'all gonna have to go to the Bronx or Brooklyn. They said, oh no, we don't want to go. Then they started protesting, saying that we don't want to go where the shit is free because y'all are taking care of us because we don't want to go to Brooklyn because we like it here in Manhattan. Yeah. All that happened. Y'all like to forget things. We don't forget, okay? Because we covered it all. And then all of a sudden, now that was in New York. I mean, the stuff was kind of happening over in all the other sanctuary cities. Then everybody got mad because the Abbott said, no, we're not taking care of y'all. We're going to send y'all exactly to where y'all said you wanted to take care of these people. Y'all was mad. Well, y'all called yourself sanctuary cities. You know, your governors, your mayors, or whoever said, y'all wanted to be sanctuary cities because you wanted to be so nice. You want to take care of everyone because you just love everybody. Oh my God. That's what y'all said. So he obliged. It's not his fault. He said, I don't want them. We ain't no sanctuary city. Why should we have to pay for them? So then they gave all the resources to all of those people. And then the colored community got upset. The colored community got all upset. Y'all was like, we wanted this money and you never gave it to us. Y'all opened that school and y'all wouldn't open it for us. That was in Chicago, remember? No one was giving us anything. Brandon, how come you're not doing anything about this? Brandon, this is not fair. How come you're not giving us anything? We asked for this. We asked for that. We asked for this. We asked for that. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? I know the ignorant won't because they would never look into stuff like that and watch anything like that, right? So that's what y'all was saying. And we don't want them here, and we want them out of here, and we live here, and we pay taxes here. That's what y'all was saying. We covered y'all. Y'all was talking, we was covering y'all. Then Brandon came out here and started saying, oh, well, I'm black, so everything got to be about black. Now let a white person say that. But that's okay. Brandon said, you don't know what black people have gone through and all this racism, and we're not going through it. We're not going to take it. So he said, you don't understand what it's like to be black and to not have any money and to be poor. None of that. You don't understand. So he's going to do everything for black people. I'm going to do everything for the black community. Everything. Then Brandon said, he going to sit up here and spend all that money on those asylum seekers, Chad. Asylum seekers, and started putting them in y'all's community. And then y'all said, oh my God, what happened? We don't want them here. Girl, what you think? You think they're going over there where Brandon live at? Child, y'all thought they was going over there where Eric Adams at the time was living at? Is that what y'all thought? Oh, no. It's going to be where y'all live at, okay? They was down there, They was in NYCHA. You remember when they were in NYCHA for Thanksgiving? And all the black people was upset because, it's not funny. All the black people were upset because the asylum seekers got out early and got in line to get the free Thanksgiving dinner, and they was pissed. Y'all do remember that, right? They got in line first. They out here complaining, talking about how they go first. They shouldn't get it. They don't belong here. We Americans, and we should eat first. They not even acting like they care about us because they don't. They care about them. They care about themselves. And you know who else cared about them? Your government. Now, you did get rid of Adams. But you put in one idiot. But y'all, as long as y'all getting y'all 2-year-old free daycare, I guess that's all that matters. But we shall see how it works out. We're watching that now, too. See, for the people that weren't watching it, they think we're making this shit up. But that's why I need y'all to attest that this shit was said by the exact people that I'm saying is saying it and was watching it and went through it. And yet now all of a sudden, because that was when Joe Biden was in office, right? Because that's why Eric Adams changed his tune because he was doing something out there that Joe Biden didn't like. So then he said, oh no, he was defecting from Biden because they wouldn't give him something. I forget what it was exactly, but they wouldn't give him what he wanted. I think it was more money for the immigrants. So where do they get the money from? Now where are they gonna get the money from? Because all that money at the end of the day, which enough of the color community don't seem to understand, comes from right? So yeah, so they got up there and they just said, you know what, we're gonna start taxing people. Down there in Chicago, who did they tax the most? Bueller, anyone remember? Who did they tax the most, in Chicago? Because I know there's plenty of trolls that think I'm just making this shit up. Who did they tax the most in Chicago when they needed to get the money back after spending it all on the immigrants? Thank you, Marco. They went and they taxed the blacks the most. Now they taxed everybody, but they taxed the blacks the most. And they said, this is not right. This is not fair. It's fair. It's fair because y'all sanctuary city and y'all support that Brandon. Y'all support that Brandon, and y'all believed in that Brandon, and y'all elected that Brandon. That was after Lori Lightfoot, if I'm not mistaken. And he was supposed to be great because he black, you black, everybody black. And what did that black mayor do to y'all? He went and taxed you the most. Everybody got taxed that had a home, but they taxed y'all the most. And then y'all was on TV complaining about that. Then y'all was up here saying that it's not right, it's not fair. Again? What? What? Now he's coming up for re-election. Let's see what y'all gonna do. I'm so excited to see what y'all gonna do. Because instead of blaming him, you blame Donald Trump, who has nothing to do with what's going on in your state and y'all's Texas. That was Brandon. But y'all would like to bypass him, I guess, because he's black, and just blame Trump, which is why y'all went in front of the Trump Tower to say, this is not right, this is not fair, Trump's fault, Trump's fault. Y'all look crazy. I mean, clearly not to the trolls. Y'all think that shit makes sense, and y'all think that shit is cute, which again is why I say, if your shit don't change in a year's time, that's a you problem. I believe it. Okay, I believe it. We'll see, Marco. We'll see. But I believe they will. Because ain't no way. If he's the only Democrat option and the other person is a Republican option, you think they're going to vote for... They have not voted Republican in 60 years. They're not going to go for the independent. And so you don't think that he's going to get reelected? The odds are, allegedly, he'll get reelected. But we'll see. I'm not well versed, but I would think that he gets the ability to say that he's running. From what I understand, he's supposed to be running, right? Okay. Y'all like it, we love it. Because it's great for content. Because, you know, as a content creator, making content, I'm trying to get a check from YouTube. And you know that's the worst thing in the world. As while being on YouTube, talking your shit about Donald Trump, knowing that the damn YouTube people who own YouTube donate to the Republican Party. But, child, your outrage is interesting. Moving on, child. Moving on. What else we got, child? We can do this all day. It's been 2.5 hours. Lord help your people. All right, let's talk about Baton Rouge. Back to Louisiana about this shooting. Now, okay? Listen. I need you trolls to listen too, okay? So there was a mass in Louisiana Mall last night. And it seems that there was one group and another group, and all of a sudden they started arguing. They started SHOOTing. So now I don't know. But do you think these people were black, white, Asian, asylum seekers, or other? Which one do you think it is? Because trolls don't like to look at patterns. They just like to lie to themselves and say that it's not true because someone is black. And then they don't want to hold them accountable. Then when something happens and the person is black, then they say, oh my God, somebody should have done something. Yes, you're right. Someone should have done something, but y'all don't like to, goodbye, Nicole. Y'all don't like to have things get done. You just like to act like black people don't do anything wrong. So then the people that harm, mostly black people, you allow them to stay. Because if the people in charge are white, then you say it's racist. Do you see how that works? And all you do is hurt yourselves. But what the hell do I know? I don't think they know yet, but let me go ahead and let this play.
We continue following breaking news out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where people are now in custody, 5 of them, following a deadly shooting between 2 groups at a crowded mall. Good afternoon. I'm John Fenolio.
And I'm Samantha Cortese. According to Baton Rouge police, the shooting broke out during an argument between groups at a food court.
1 person was killed, 5 others injured. KTLA's Karine Winter is live in the newsroom with details. Karine.
Well, Baton Rouge police corrected some earlier numbers on the victims in this mass shooting. 6 injured, but 1 of those patients has died. Police also detained several suspects reportedly tied to the shooting.
I can also report right now that we have 5 suspects in custody. We have 5 suspects in custody. This is still an ongoing investigation. We're still looking for more people that may be involved. We're not going to answer any questions right now. We're going to be breaking down this crime scene probably within the next 30 minutes or an hour tops and be able to give more updates as they come available from Baton Rouge Police Department headquarters.
Now, the shooting occurred this afternoon inside a food court at the Mall of Louisiana. The building immediately...
In the food court of the Mall of Louisiana.
Went into lockdown with first responders transporting those victims to a nearby hospital. We don't know their ages or their conditions at this hour, but again, 1 person has died.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that they have the word teen in their name. Allegedly.
died.
Are they out of school already in Louisiana? What month is this? April? I guess not.
Witnesses describe a really frantic scene inside that food court with customers running to safety during the shooting. According to police, 2 groups of people were inside that dining area when they got into an argument, and that's when the shooting occurred. The police chief said that this incident does not appear to be a random act of violence, instead a targeted shooting, and that there is no immediate threat to the community at large there.
Targeted? That never happens. Where do they do that
at this time? Here's more from the mayor on the public assistance that led them to those possibly involved in this case.
I repeat myself again. If you're going to act like this in Baton Rouge and you're going to do these things, you're going to be caught. And I want to thank the people. People are starting to talk now. I want to thank the people who contacted Crime Stoppers and the people who had the video and the people that have the evidence.
I'm just praying for him. I just thank God in advance for protection and healing over those that are wounded. And just
yeah, a lot of people affected and a lot of families. And I hate to see someone throw their life away at such a young age over a moment's split decision over something really stupid.
Yeah, a long night ahead for investigators who are still on scene. They're gathering evidence, speaking to witnesses. They've lifted that lockdown that was in place, but the entire area around the mall is closed to the public.
That lady's cute. Let me go over here to WWLTV. Grateful to be alive. Shopper recalls chaos during mall shooting.
It's been a crazy day pretty much for everybody. You were able to actually capture the video. Can you just talk about what you experienced at the mall today?
So I was coming up the escalator. I was about to leave and I decided to get me some sake Japan. And I was talking to a friend that I actually saw up there, and then I heard gunshots. It had to have been 8 to 10 gunshots. I can't really remember how many, but yeah, it was scary. And I took off running about 30, 40 yards, I would say, to my right. And I ran in with about 6, 7 people into a store, and they put the gate down and we all crouched and stayed in there for about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Did they have the mall on lockdown to the point where, like, were you in the mall for hours, or did they immediately release you?
No. Yeah. So when I came out, that's when I started recording. And yeah, at first it was just mass hysteria. There were officers running around with assault rifles, and they were trying to chase down the guy. And I was just in shock. And all I could do was just to hit record, because I mean, maybe it would help, you know, maybe it would help, something would help with it. So yeah, so probably about 10, 15 minutes, I was in the food court, and then that's when they started kind of telling people, you know, y'all got to get out of here, and y'all need to go get safe. But I felt safer there with all them officers there, you know. So yeah, about 15, 20 minutes I was in there, and just worried about everybody, you know. I mean, there were bodies on the ground, and it was really bad.
Did it look like there were any teens involved? Did they look like adults?
To my recollection, I saw a girl laying on the ground, and I really didn't see teenagers. But it just all happened so fast, you know. I was just kind of in shock with.
Okay, maybe it's not teenagers, but he was in the moment. Maybe he don't know
everything, and yeah.
And then just my last question. I know you're probably still shaken up by this. How are you feeling? Has this changed kind of how you view just going somewhere simple as the mall?
I'm grateful to be alive. I know that God was looking out for me because it happened right next to me. I could have very well been shot.
Wow.
And I'm very grateful. And yeah, it freaked me out, but I don't feel like it'll be something to where I'll just hide, you know. And yeah, tomorrow's a new day, and God's got me.
Oh, there you go. Praise the Lord. Can you have a weapon carrying around in Louisiana? Maybe that's why he ain't have one. Where are we going? Let's go to the ATL, because this is a thing. Another woman, black woman, taken on up out of here. Now they say they don't know, but I'm allegedly say that allegedly it's probably someone that she knows.
Atlanta police are looking for a shooter who killed a pregnant mother of...
Child, what is this outfit? Girl, is this a work outfit? Let me stop.
Atlanta police are looking for a shooter who killed a pregnant mother of 2 found behind the wheel on the downtown connector. Officers found her last Tuesday on the northbound side of I-75, just before the I-20 interchange near Central Avenue.
Now her family is hoping anyone in rush hour traffic that evening who saw something will go to police. Fox 5's Rob Durienzo is at our live desk. And Rob, still so many unanswered questions for this grieving family.
That's right, Courtney Russ. Good evening to you both. I spoke with 34-year-old Bianca Huntley's older brother. He says she was about 4 months pregnant, expecting a baby girl. APD found Huntley in her car along I-75 with a gunshot wound. She died at Grady.
That was harder than anything, you know.
An immeasurable loss for Bianca Huntley's family, not just because she was murdered, but so was her unborn child.
She was expecting 4.5 months pregnant. I believe it was to be a baby girl that she was going to name Heaven.
Atlanta police say they got a call about a person shot last Tuesday around 6:15 to I-75 North, just before the I-20 interchange. Cops found her shot in her white BMW on the shoulder. Her brother says they have little understanding of why.
You know, you kind of know how road rage can get in things like this. We don't know at this time if it's that. We don't know if it's targeted. We have no idea.
Oh, it could be road rage. Could be road rage.
Homicide detectives initially said she may have been shot somewhere else, but they don't know where. They're using traffic cameras and cell phone pings to piece all of that together. Her brother says she also leaves behind 2 children, a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old.
The 5-year-old has kind of got questions like, why did they take my mommy away? You know, questions like that. And the 15-year-old is taking it probably just a little harder because, you know, she understands what this is and the mom isn't coming back.
He said she lived in Douglasville and was probably on her way home from her job in McDonough.
She dedicated her whole entire life to her children and her job and her family.
Now, the family is asking anyone who may have seen anything on the interstate that day in rush hour traffic to go to police.
We just encouraging people to step up. You got a busy highway.
Crime Stoppers has offered a $5,000 reward for anyone who can lead police to the killer.
I believe we as the people.
Don't they have cameras on the highway or something? Like, so like in the morning, I don't watch the news, but in the morning when they're doing traffic, they show you the traffic. That's what they do in Philly anyway.
I have to look out for our women and kids. So we got to take accountability and kind of step up to make sure this doesn't happen to someone else.
I checked with homicide detectives Thursday. No updates as of now, but they say their investigation is still active. Huntley's family has started an online fundraiser to help cover everything right now. You can find that by clicking on this story in the Fox Local app.
GoFundMe. Anybody interested? Rest in peace to that child. Crime is down though, y'all. Crime is down. Where are we going? Let's go talk about you, Sassy Straits. Then we'll look at some food stamps. Then we're done. Shout out to Ruined Leon. He's got this video that says black women asking white men to delete black men. Oh no. This is not a real thing either. I'm sure it's to the trolls. Yeah, I'm sure it's not real. It's not a true thing. Shout out to him, child. Let's hear it.
A few videos in reference to that young black woman who is no longer on this earth, and it seems like her fiance might have done it, or she might have taken her life. We don't really
allegedly. Ashley, obviously.
They have any more details on that? No, I'm not taking into consideration anybody on TikTok creating their own fan fictions. They don't have any actual information. But I had someone in my personal life come to me and say that they were very displeased with those videos because I was talking about insecure people and how they choose to operate, because they might have a reason to dismiss a woman potentially taking her life or being murdered because of how mean she was about other people on social media. And I would just like to let everyone know that if you want to play that game and pick and choose when you want to be mad about something, fine, I will join in on it. But just know I'm going to be very consistent in how we go about this.
Yeah, we all joining in on it. We all joining in on it.
Because when you want to tell me about a woman losing her life, whether it be by her own hands or by someone else's, and you want to tell me that I shouldn't care because she's tweeted things that I disagree with, I'm sorry. My humanity is not lost completely. It's almost there, but it's not completely gone. But in response to me calling people insecure because of how they're going about this, I was sent this video of apparently black women in some group call advocating for black men to die at the hands of the KKK.
Just not like that.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men?
I'm not going to say the SPLC got something to do with it, allegedly, but what if they had something to do with it? Allegedly. I'm just playing.
Period, or is it just black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in these corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specifically?
Force? Well, see, ma'am, that's a little bit of a problem. It could be unconstitutional, and more importantly, a crime.
Force, because that's the only thing that's going to work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like, what do you want to see?
Well, we believe that there is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
I'm starting to understand how this process is going about. We have insecure people being compared to the rest. And the problem with that is when you lump in the insecure people with the rest of humanity that doesn't think like this, you have everybody starting to think that everyone agrees with this. I can say with such certainty that there are black women who would hear this shit and be disgusted, much like anybody would if the genders or the sexes were reversed, because you can't possibly tell a crowd of people, unless they're all in that same echelon of thinking the exact same, that you want to see a group of people die and think that everyone's going to agree. Sorry, but that's not how the world works. And in this, I'm noticing that this could be something people will use to then say, hey, this black woman over here, we don't care about that one. This black woman over there, if that don't fit that criteria, we don't care about that one. It's this stupid wheel of insecure people that are just rolling around on it, continuously spinning it, while we, the normal people who want to see actual conclusions met around circumstances that would warrant a conclusion, see them create their own fucking circus. These people are fucking insecure and they're batshit insane. the men who do similar shit like this are batshit insane and insecure. These people somehow are the beacons of hope in the realm of dating content, what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman. And when you hear them, it's nothing but fucking embarrassment. I hear this and I think, wow, everyone involved in this call that's championing this, that supports this, that wants to promote this, is a fucking loser and a failure as a human being. And coincidentally, if other people...
Now, Leon, you know you can't talk about black women that way, even if they're saying that they want to have you sassy straights taken on up out of here, and by any means necessary. You can't talk about black women like that, y'all. And I think him wearing this bonnet is just his shtick, y'all. I don't think it means anything except for just like me wearing these different hats and bonnets and stuff. I don't think anything of it.
We'll hear this, and it were black men saying this, these same individuals would cry about how it's unsafe to be around insert group here because there are dumbasses who want to sit and cheer on and promote and say stupid things like this. And then everybody wonders why black people ain't together. It's examples like this. It's examples like dismissing a life because your feelings got hurt. It's examples where people want to have finicky history surrounding the subject matter, acting as if this is the first time you've ever heard a black woman say something like this. It's examples like dumbasses saying that if you divest out of your race to date, you somehow are deserving of death. And this is what you should expect, pretending as if there is no example of a black man or a black woman killing a black man or a black woman, especially in the domestic sense, which then leads to another example of people pretending about how much they care about black lives. But I already did a video about that yesterday. Y'all can handle.
Oh, child. We already know, child. Go.
That one on your own time. But let's keep watching.
I think for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop.
Too bad. That's never going to go away. We live in a world where a lot of people, no matter the skin color, get coddled and people make excuses for it.
They get valid.
Yeah, we hate that too. It already started with No Child Left Behind. Y'all needed to be left behind. There's a lot of people that should have been left behind, child. I'm telling you. Thank you, boo. He said, my heart warms when a divester get taken out back. Thank you, boo. I'm gonna just leave it at that, child. Just leave it at that.
Dated a little bit too much, and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does.
Wait. Time. The legal system, which many black people use to say is given to the black person unjustly too much as compared to the white ones. So now we live in to think in different subject matters of the justice system. Now, as I've stated, the justice system all across the board is a finicky, broken structure. But I'm not about to sit here and pretend I haven't lived in a world where I've seen these same types of people talk about how unfair the justice system treats black men. But now all of a sudden they get more benefits out of it. Now there are examples.
Exactly. Child, if it's not one crazy ass extreme, it is the other crazy ass extreme. But these are extremists anyway. I'm talking about this group of people on here talking divestment people or whatever. Because you see the name is a bullet bag over there. So that kind of gives the clue. So 1 minute it's y'all ain't shit. But as soon as, God forbid, an oppressor takes y'all out of here, is Black Lives Matter. The oppressor is bad. Say his name. That's how the Black Lives Matter people came up. Basically, initially from you sassy straights being taken on up out of here from the oppressor. I can't, y'all. It's too much.
That I'm certain someone could give me of someone who's black who needs to be in jail being scot-free. But there's also examples of people who don't need to be in jail being given harsh sentences. And there's also examples of people who need to be in jail for life, not getting any sentence other than community service. Because for as long as I draw breath on this earth, I'm never going to let y'all forget about the dude who violated 2 16-year-olds and ended up getting community service when he should have got 78 years. But I digress.
They're seen as the ultimate, like, most oppressed. And I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable.
So wait a minute. We want the
white man patriarchy. So I guess the patriarchy is okay. It's okay as long as it's a white man. But the patriarchy otherwise is no good, child.
White man to handle the black man, but it's still the white man's fault because of the patriotic structure that they've put in place. The white man can never win.
So with you all,
no man can ever win.
Setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs.
It's the white man's fault that the black man listen to all that hippity hoppity music, okay, and it influences them to sag their pants, okay, which influences them to rob the store. Okay, I'm getting it. We need the white man to go in and handle the blacks. Because it's the white man that has influenced the blacks to be the way that they are. Okay, I'm picking up on the stupid things being said. No, I'm not, because this is just dumb.
To be checked, and there needs to be more, because we're no longer looking for accountability from them because they've proven that they will not take accountability. We need the men who set the culture to make them take
We need the white men who set the so wait, what happened to black people have their own culture and white people don't have what happened to all that? What happened to all the stupid take?
What happened to the fact that white people take from black people's culture because we do so much so wonderfully that they just take from us and they use it on themselves? What happened to that? There's too many conversations for me to keep up with, yeah.
That I've been seeing. Y'all telling me it was all a lie? Now, back to the main point though. Watching this just leaves me more disappointed and influences the point that I've been making for years. A lot of people are insecure and they want the destruction of an opposite gender because they got nothing better to fucking do. And they will latch onto anybody to make them feel safe in that regard. It's too many insecure people that are trying to speak for an entirety. And I'm sorry, but I don't hate black women. I don't hate black men. I hate insecure people who are desperate to be seen as like a patriot or a victor in the ways that if you actually listen to them, make them sound stupid. Advocating for the death of black men, I'm guessing because maybe you got cheated on and no one was held accountable for that. Yeah, unfortunate that you got cheated on, but me dying is not really going to stop anything.
You know what? I think he's right. Most of the time, the reasons why these people are all wilded out and crazy, most of the time is because somebody got cheated on. And like, I'm not condoning cheating, obviously, but child, so it comes to this extreme. It's like it comes to the extreme that you got to divest. It comes to the extreme that you're looking towards white men. Shout out to those who saw the video from last night. Hopefully you watched it with the divester girl or whatever, or actually the prawn girl who was talking about she had to do what she had to do and went to GG. You know what I'm talking about, in order to make money because she needed to do what she had to do. Y'all are crazy at all points, okay? Y'all look crazy at all points. So the only thing in the world that you could ever do with a child is go to GG, which white men degrade your ass. Then had nerve to try to say, oh, but white women be there. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's all barely, in my opinion, legal black girls. But no one is upset about that. Nobody wants to do anything to stop that. Nobody wants to do anything to take that down. Let it be there. So if you need some money, then you can go over there and get degraded by the white man as long as you get $200. Child, please.
Saying that if you divest outside of your race, you're a traitor to black people, yeah, that really doesn't do anything. There's too many examples from this alone that help prove my point that insecure people are not the individuals to listen to when it comes to dating, when it comes to enjoying your life, when it comes to finding things to enjoy your life. And it's amazing that this was given to me because I labeled people insecure for dismissing the death of a woman because she dated outside of her race. This instills in me a greater drive to criticize more insecure people in their dog shit takes because they don't want to see anything of positivity. They just want everyone to make them feel better because they're miserable. And I
agree. Misery loves company. Didn't we say that the other day? Misery loves company. Shout out to Uncle Rick. We just said that the other day. And that's why when the trolls be trolling, I already know what the things that they say that they, can't even control themselves. And all it is insults to say that you hate yourself. All right, cool, child. I don't know how that's going to change anything, but let it be what it's going to be. Because, child, it doesn't matter what it is that you're saying. Oh, you just want to get a YouTube check. Yep. And all them people that you follow want to do the same. And moving on. You only see what you want to see because your ass can't even think for a second and look at everything holistically. You can only look at the portion and the pieces that you want that suit your mood or your misery, whatever it is. But these heifers always definitely miserable, upset because somebody did something to them. Tyrone, whoever the hell it was, Tom, Dick, Harry, I don't even know. All over some relationship that didn't work out. So now people, you got to go to the white man. These are probably people who sit up here talking about being pro-black too. I'm pro-black. I'm pro-blackity back with black, blah, black, black, black. Then come over here to Clubhouse talking about, we want you to take them out. Child, please. People are crazy.
Sorry that you are miserable. Hopefully one day you find some love. But showing me something like this in an effort to make me change my mind does nothing because that woman does not deserve to be dead. Ashley Janae does not deserve to be dead, whether it be by her own hands or by someone else, her fiance being the prime suspect. Time will tell. And despite all the fanatical fan fiction, all the stupid discourse around dating outside of races, I still want some form of peace given to her and her family, regardless of whatever the fuck she said on Twitter. Twitter is a place where a bunch of people say a bunch of shit, and then behind closed doors, they live a completely different life. Who cares? If you're that bothered by it, don't engage with it. Stay in your positive lane and do the thing that you all claim you do, but at the quickest sight of negativity, you will then give all of it your attention. Go where you're loved. That way, anything that could potentially bother you rolls off your shoulder. Seeing this, I think in somebody's mind, it's supposed to bother me, but because I'm attached to a little bit too much positive.
I was going to say, how does that bother him? It don't bother me. It just is like, okay, it's not a surprise. To me, it's not a surprise. But we also know about these crazy biatches, right? So if you get caught, we don't want to hear it. And this is one of the reasons why, me personally, I can't be supporting everybody just because you black and I'm black. Nah, that's just not how that works. If you're going to do some dumbass shit, then take them dumbass consequences. Don't be looking for nobody else to help your ass on out of your dumbass situation. Be an adult and go ahead and handle that shit.
Activity these days, I see this and I say, oh yeah, these bitches dumb, but still, a woman does not deserve to be dead. And side note, just to wrap this.
And I'm pretty sure that no one really has said that anybody deserves to be deceased. I always say that I do not believe that woman self-deleted. I said it, I say it, period, point blank. But crazy people hear what they want to hear. That doesn't mean that all the other stuff doesn't be taken into consideration. It ain't even up to us that are talking about it anyway. It's really going to be up to Africa, Zanzibar, wherever the hell they at. That's who's going to be making the decision. That's really the ultimate, wait, I just realized it's been a whole ass week since they got the autopsy done and it still ain't been sent out. The whole autopsy is done and it still ain't been shown to the damn public. Somebody need to be worrying about what's going on in Africa, honestly. Unfortunately, I hope it don't end up, but it sounds like it could possibly end up like Shanquella Robinson, where unfortunately nothing has ever been done.
Is up. Advocating for people to die, yeah, that's the quickest way to get more people all around to just hate you more and more. So congratulations on doing the work of the evil, corrupt white man without them even needing to be there other than to listen to this stupid shit. Because with all of this, it's no wonder why a bunch of y'all hate each other.
Agree. Ciao. Anyway, that's enough. It's almost 3 hours. Lauren late. Look at Lauren. Lauren Krause all late and wrong. I'm just playing. Shout out to all of y'all though. That's enough. I've had enough. Dealing with these damn trolls and their dumbassity. I can't take it. I can't take the color community just be around here just believing any old thing. Won't look at anything, won't question anything. Just keep going with the get along, child. Just going with the get along. But anyway, that's it. That's all for right now. Anyway, y'all, I will go ahead and I gave you the schedule already. Hold on a second. I gave you the schedule already. I'll be on tonight with this shit with Trinidad. And then tomorrow I'll be with my dad. So I'll probably do a night show. And then I'll be back at 10 on Sunday. So shout out to Friday. Y'all have a good Friday. Y'all make sure y'all make good choices. Like I always say, hit the like button for me. Shout out to Reaper and Lawrence, $100 and 20 memberships. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that donated. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the mods for handling the chat today. Shout out to the chat's best chat on YouTube. They are half damn crazy all the damn time. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.